Yeah, I got it. Oh, I got to find it. It's not alcohol. Orange. Albert. Just a quick line.
It's been too long. Too many wrongs. What have I done? You've forgotten the words to our song. Now it's gone. Take it back, just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our songs, let them entwine. Cause you know what you do.
We get some interesting ones. Get some wisdom on the talking stuff.
Let's synchronize. Let's synchronize.
This is bullshit, are you? Just warming up, so I'll play some stuff. Might as well. It's only copyright shit, isn't it? Yeah, I love Capcom. Motivation. This one is it. I did find a good one. Yeah, I'd say you got to look. Now, what I've noticed, it looks like 5 geezers dancing. If you look, this is very, very clever fucking editing. It's the same guy playing 5 roles. It's fucking awesome. Oh, how cool is this one? It's fine. There we go. There you go. Oh, no. Oh, no. I forgot about this fucking shit, didn't I? I'm chatting shit. There you go. Forgot about doing that. I wish it was restream, but it's fucking easy. I just been rattling around with fucking shit that you didn't even see it. Anyway, yeah, let's go back to this one. This is one. Look, if you look how smart I am, they're all the same geezer, but it looks like a 5-piece dance band or whatever.
Let me.
Now, this is how I got it. They've all got a moustache on, and if you notice, different clothes, different hats, same trainers. Obvious. Oh, now he knew I was going to say that. Swapped.
When you move like that on me.
Never go back to the place where you lost your smile, because that place, that time, those people will only remind you how much pain your heart once carried. Life has a simple rule. Stay away from what breaks you. Leave the people who cause your tears. Bury the moments that stole your happiness. Your true place is where you find peace, where your smile returns to your face. Never go back to the place.
I've only just woke up. Every time I woke up, it's
There's basically 3 things that you should stop doing immediately if you want to be happier.
You won't like this, but it's true.
Number 1, you have to stop regretting the past. There's nothing you can do about it. Don't forget the past. You can learn from it and get better from it so you don't make the same mistakes, but you got to stop regretting the past. Number 2 is stop worrying about the future. Psychologists have found that 85% of what you worry about on a daily basis will never happen. That's a waste of your energy. That's a waste of your time. And then number 3, stop looking for your happiness in other people. Other people cannot make you happy. It is absolutely impossible. Happiness is 100% and there's basically...
Yeah, true.
I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things are going, I don't know. Tell me why are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? Been spending most of life living in the gangster's paradise.
Actually,
This man can prove that Jesus lived. So on January 6, 1982, an archaeologist named Ron Wyatt claimed to have discovered the Ark of the Covenant.
Now, this Ron Wyatt, he was like an amateur fucking hole digger or some archaeologist and shit like that. And most part of the waves and shit like that, and everybody's looking elsewhere. But actually, he said like 30 years ago, this is where it is. And they've actually done the scans, and they went underwater and found all the fucking chariots, and they explained why it happened. Nothing to do with God, unless it was God's nature. And it was like a fucking tsunami and shit like that. Oh yeah, let's see if this is true.
However, what was even more intriguing was that at the location where the Ark was found, he observed a large fissure above the cave and a black, dry substance that appeared to have spread over the entire mercy seat of the Ark. When the substance was taken to a laboratory for analysis, it was discovered to be blood with 24 chromosomes, and somehow it was still alive. Upon returning to the place where he found the Ark, he realized something even more shocking. It was buried directly beneath the site of Christ's crucifixion, suggesting that this could be the blood that flowed when the earth split open during the crucifixion. And if you believe that Jesus truly walked this earth, write it in the comments. Jesus lives. This man can prove that Jesus lived. So on January 6, 1982, an archaeologist named Ron Wyatt claimed to have discovered the Ark of the Covenant. However, what was even more intriguing was that at the location where the Ark was found, he observed a large fissure above the cave and
When you lose your money, you lose nothing. When you lose your health, you lose something. When you lose your character, you lose everything.
I think there's certain people from America that they've still got half the health, they've still got the wealth, but they've definitely lost the character.
Don't get mugged off by blue at any petrol garages. Right. That one there, Carlo.
Yeah, too expensive.
I don't talk just to fill the air.
I know that is a generic voice, CGI or whatever. Oh, this is how they bathe in some parts of the country. They stand next to a pond and will let a lorry go by. I'm sure it's true. Oh, no. And now I've got a better idea. These people are waiting. A lorry comes through and these people push the lorry through to earn some money. It's got to be something like that. Otherwise, it's a boring video. Yeah, I nailed it. It's a boring video. Oh, here comes Ronald. Oh, military Ronald. Oh, it's just back.
2, 3, let's go. Clap, clap, clap.
When I'm angry, I stay silent. I don't waste my time with explanation.
Yes.
Sometimes I think my silence is the best way to express my emotions, because people only hear what they want to hear.
True.
When I'm angry, I stay silent.
Yes. Let's work on that one.
It is really hard to find a friend who is funny, loyal, responsible, cute, smart, and caring. So my advice to you is don't lose me as your friend.
Exactly.
Before you get into an argument, remember this quote. Before you get into an argument, remember this quote. A bee does not waste its energy trying to convince a fly that honey is better than shit. Some minds are not meant to be changed. Save your energy for what. Before you get
Oh, I know. This is an oxygen maker, fictional oxygen, apparently. Where's AJ Smith? AJ Smith, if this is the biggest pizza going, AJ Smith wants to see how it's made. Let's have a look.
La presión. Me subestimaron, se tiró la soga.
It's one of those things that
Me dieron la espalda, sí. Buen fariseo. Cuando yo di la mano, la vuelta dio. Pero hay un dicho que dice que Dios no deja justo en vergüenza. Me río de todo aquel que por ahí piensa que...
I've actually seen when AJ Smith was doing a video, he went in the kitchen and that was the size of his dinner plate. That's a fact. Somebody clip it, because that's the size of AJ Smith's dinner plate. That's a fact.
Estoy abatido y sin recompensa. Pero hay un dicho que dice en mi no.
If she keeps coming back after you hurt her,
if she keeps coming back after you've hurt her, she's fucked up in the head.
it's not because she has no options. It's because she made a choice, a real one. Some women don't move from man to man looking for attention. They pick one man and they stay loyal to that choice. But loyalty has limits. And the moment she realizes her loyalty is being taken for granted, that's when everything changes. Because a woman who truly loved you once is the same woman who can learn to live without you forever.
Yes, and it goes the other way as well. Natalie.
Put God first. God will take care of the rest.
Bet you once under a Pisces moon.
Whatever, come on. He's in the Brotherhood, where we monitor our testosterone. It's a nice template, but what we do in the Brotherhood, we monitor our testosterone by masturbating. We reduce masturbation for a whole month. We cut it short and stuff like that. Then our testosterone gets to a normal level and we don't become crazy anymore. It's all about the sexual fucking organs, apparently. Ask Muckin what he knows.
Don't talk about me. You know my face, not my fears. You see my laugh, not my tears. You notice my style, not my struggles.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because people think, because you see on Facebook and shit like that. Oh yeah, sorry mate. I forgot to set it up, Ali. I forgot to set it up because I was distracted. It's the wrong link. I forgot to set it up, Ali. This is the right one. Let me set it up because other people will do it. Oh, I forgot to set the fucker up now. Where's Nightbot? Bastard. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I forgot to set it up, Ali. With everybody in a minute. I got distracted on wisdom and shit. Oh, there we go. Rookie mistake. Or forgetful mind. Well, that's that sorted. Let's see. Ali's in the background. There you go. Right, Ali, how you doing? Oh.
Yeah, that was an old link that Nightbot.
Yeah, I know. I got distracted with this old wisdom on YouTube, and I forgot to.
Oh right, yeah. You'd think that Nightbot would update it itself, wouldn't you?
No, you have to do it. You have to manually do it. You have to manually do it. It's just
right. They're not that clever yet, are they?
I've been asleep all day, then I woke up, watched Andy's live stream, flick through. That was entertainment. I fucking wish I was awake for that. That was fucking loads of fucking thing, wasn't it? Loads of action today.
No, it was interesting.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
yeah, I do get that. I get that effect on many people. As soon as they start talking, they start sneezing.
You know, it wasn't you though. It was, I think Neo came on, didn't he, and caused a load of shit.
How are we doing, AK? You all right?
Magic.
Good lad. Good lad. We fought Conchal with you for 5.
My tears got
Yeah, whatever. Boring. Yeah, I'll get rid of this shit because I'm just going to get attracted to it.
Yeah. So you're Scottish, aren't you? No.
No, I think it's from.
It's still on.
I'm saying, are you Scottish?
Hello.
I think he said no.
I don't have my camera. You know.
Si, can you hear AK?
I don't think he can hear you.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear us. You're working out.
What's we put it on mute, Shady, or something?
No, no, we can hear you.
No, he can't hear you, can he, Shady? So how's he going to hear you?
Yeah.
So why don't you take him off and then let him join again? You know, he might get the idea then. You know,
we'll move him back in the back and then we'll see if that works. Bring him back up again. I have to do sign language. Oh no, forgot. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hold on. We can hear him, but he can't hear us. Can
you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us? Can you hear me and fucking AK? Can you hear us?
Have you muted the video? Yeah, I'm sure he's muted his video, you know. Can't hear them all.
Yeah, he must have muted the fucking what's the name, innit?
Hello?
StreamYard or something. We can hear you. We can hear you. Time for me heart. There we go. It's getting a bit chilly here with that time of year now. Yeah. We'll have to talk AK until he works it out. He could have muted himself, like he could have muted the actual live stream part. He'll work it out when he can't hear us, because now he can see my words moving around and shit. He'll notice them. Check that out. Proper boxing, but that is AK.
There are only 25 letters in the alphabet.
I wonder why. Yeah, I don't know why. AK gets that joke.
I didn't know why.
Yeah, you get it. Can you hear us last time?
Did you hear that?
Huh?
Did you hear that, Shady?
Like that, man.
He can't hear us, can he?
Well, he heard you saying that. I wonder why.
No. Oh yeah, I don't know.
See.
No, that's
Yeah, you got to pick up on these things. You know what I mean, Shady? When people, no. When people make out, yeah, Shady. When people make out, they can't hear nothing, but they slip up now and again. You know what slipping up means.
Yeah, that's because we're different. Because I'm an Earth angel. We see stuff, and you're at the Starseed, and you see different stuff with these humans, don't we? Because I'm an Earth angel now, because I've got side promotion I've got. We're not better than each other, okay? Just different gifts.
So Cy Bennett can hear, can he?
I reckon so. Yeah.
I reckon so. But many people who can hear are scared to listen to the truth. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Cutting in yesterday again.
Neo was doing that. I noticed Neo distracted.
The grey in the back.
Neo
just went like that with it right in the edge, and it was just right across the grey as well.
Yeah, he's talking to something.
I've got him to touch it in, but when I've got him to touch it in, he's got the grey all over the black.
He's got somebody with him that's. Hold on, why don't I just type in the chat? Fucking genius. Just typed in the chat. Oh, yeah. Si, can you hear us? We can hear you. Yeah, I noticed how Neo, when he was asking an important question from Let's, I saw a video.
Antifungicide, there's no CS spray that on the wall, kills all the moss and that. Antifungicide, fucking can of Mountain Dew and some water.
Yeah, well, I don't see the point inside being here. If he can't hear us and we can hear him, what's the point?
Yeah.
Right, so what was you saying, Shady?
Yeah. What it is,
go on.
do you remember, I watched the bit where Let's said to Neo, I saw a video of you slagging off this woman being a disabled thing. He's going to strangle her, cut her head off. Do you know how Neo deflected from that, then turned on Psy and you can't fly a fucking drone. Classic deflection. Because that video is out there. I've heard of it from many, many places. I've not seen it.
Shady, why are you bringing... I don't know what you just said about someone who's... Did you say someone who's handicapped or what?
Yeah, no, I said Neo. Yeah, Neo attacked somebody for parking in a disabled
No, but then
place.
you mentioned my name. Why did you mention my name?
I said, did you see
No, I haven't. No. All right.
It was on Andy's earlier on. And then let's said it to Neo. And, and what it started off, Let's said it. And then Neo said, you're a fucking liar. You're a this, you're a this. And that, you know what Neo's like. And then Let's turn around and said, oh, you called me a liar. You need to apologize to me because I found the video and you did say what I said. And then he little banter. Then he just went, Neo then couldn't defend himself, went straight to the attacking side. And then the list in the audience was fucking, a lot of people don't like him.
Oh, is that when Sai was saying to Neo about dying?
No, that was Sai said that years ago. Months
no,
ago.
It wasn't years ago, was it? Really?
Months. It was months ago. The thing
is,
well,
I mean, years are different than months, aren't they? Come on, be honest.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
To me, years ago it can happen months ago, but treat it like it was years ago, well in the past, and forget about it.
But I'm not going to treat it years ago when it's months ago. I mean, you could say a couple of weeks, and it was last year.
For me, if I want to forget, I'll say it's years ago. But because I'm talking to you, I need to say it more up to date. I need to say it more. It was a couple of months ago. I think it's when Sai had his bad time and he had to go to hospital, and he wasn't just he just all the things that it was like a pressure cooker. It was like a pressure cooker, and it just exploded, didn't he? And then he's got we've all got stuff in our own lives, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm glad someone realises that. It's about time.
No, no. And when he said, yeah, you got to understand as well, your catchphrases are very fucking catchy, you bastard.
Why is that?
They just are. I can't remember what they are now because I fucking forgot. Fuck me. I'll remember. I'm actually sober and my main brain doesn't function until I've had.
So the first words I said was, I wonder why.
That was it, yeah.
And then the other word I said, thick as shit, right? Basically.
Everybody says, I wonder why. Everybody says it's a fucking...
Yeah, but they never said it before I said it.
I think we did every now and again.
I've
now
never heard
we're
it
constantly
before.
saying it. Now, yeah, but AK, now we're constantly saying it because of you. And it is a good thing, It's like to say, when it's like somebody tells you something or whatever, and you go, yeah. Well, it's trying to convince you or something, and it's not right. You go, yeah, I wonder why. Like you've been conned into doing it. I wonder why. Because you can't think for yourself, you're full of shit. Because you can't think the government, it is what it is. Now, you are right. It is all about money. Everything's about money. Everything's about money. Look at Neo. He always talks about all his money and this and that. Now he's not a drone, what I saw. It's not a drone operator now. He's a quadcopter. He's got to fucking make everything more better than what it really is. So it makes him look better. He's got to have an ology and everything. To make him look better.
So Shady.
He's survived more than we could ever survive. And
Shady, if Neo wanted to join the panel now, would you let him on?
No, because what he's done to me is fucking horrendous. He's affected my personal life, as in health and everything. And that is not a friend that he portrays. It's not a brother that he portrays. That is like Judas and Jesus, what he's done to me. That book that the humans wrote, that's based on a true story. Somebody, Judas, that backstabbed Jesus and got Jesus crucified. That's what Neo tried to do to me, get me crucified. And it worked because everybody attacked me on his words. Because YouTubers are sheeple. They believe who they like, and they liked him at that moment in time. And they thought, well, we don't know who Shady is. We'll just attack him. Neo's obviously telling the truth.
So, Shady, I'm going to ask you a question, right? You mentioned Jesus quite a lot and why he got crucified. Can you tell me your main belief in why he got crucified?
Because this guy backstabbed him.
No. I'm not talking about someone backstabbing. I'm saying, what was the main reason?
Well, the stories say.
No, I'm not.
Jesus Jewish. Jesus was Jewish, and the Jewish religion didn't.
I'm not talking about religion.
It was, and the Jewish didn't want somebody that's basically. It wasn't a religion then. They didn't like his belief system because it went against Judaism.
Shady,
Shady,
1 minute. You just said it. Belief, his belief system.
Yeah, because it wasn't a religion.
So, if I was born back then when Jesus was about, would I be crucified? I think I would be.
Nation, yeah.
No, because if I said I was a starseed, right, and I can heal people, and they think you're a witch, basically.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Because it's all about control as well.
Yeah, well, control is to do with power.
I think the Jewish nation then, the Jewish was the most dominant in that time, over 2,000 years. It was the most dominant religion there. It's way before Muslim faith, Christian faith. It was the dominant one. Everybody was Jewish. And he was somebody that went out and everybody started to love him because what he done, he just, I think, from what I believe, if you look at the stories and some of them factual, it was all in the books. He was 15, 16, then disappeared for 15 years. Then he came back at 30 with this new wisdom, and he actually reckoned he was a trade from Israel, those sort of areas, to Jerusalem. There was a trade route from there to India, and he reckoned he spent time in India because a lot of his values are Hinduism.
Is this in a book? What you're saying?
Yeah, it's a book. It's not one book, but it's a lot of stories. But they've actually got historical facts.
Yeah. So what is a story? So what is a story?
AIs on it. Apparently, he disappeared for 15 years, came back. It's been found that he was.
But Shady, who wrote them stories?
Oh, we're not going into that. Human beings catalogued it. You know what people do? Die.
No, man. No, no. I mean, come on, be honest.
Humans.
I mean, I'm not arguing here. I'm just asking you, who wrote them books? It was man, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's like a diary. People
Right.
like
So,
writing.
I mean, anyone can write a book. Would you believe a book about Alice in Wonderland or Wizard of Oz? No, I'm asking you a question. If you read a book,
it depends on the book. If somebody's
what
doing
do you mean? So, what does it depend? What do you mean? Depends on the book.
Depends on who the author is. In them days.
So who is the author? It's a man, isn't it?
Stories was passed down from family to family. Oh, do you remember this guy?
Yes. So what is this?
Grandfather. You know,
Jack and Ori.
Yeah, you know your great grandfather. You might have heard of him from your family. They passed stories down about him being an amazing geezer or a bad geezer. They, and it goes down to you as a great grandson.
Yeah. So basically,
the thing is,
so basically, that's called. Basically, Shady, that's called brainwashing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's a verbal story.
If you pass it down,
but in a village, somebody wrote it down. When people
if you pass it down in your lineage, right? If you pass it down in your bloodline, as the years go on and on and on till the fucking break of dawn, right?
It gets diluted, obviously.
Well, I mean, that is a kind of brainwashing system, isn't it? No.
Yeah, because you are saying.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said yeah there.
Well, the best thing to describe it is a Chinese whisper. I say.
Yeah. So who created Chinese whisper?
The Chinese, obviously, that's what Chinese. Whisper.
Yeah. So who invented that? The Chinese man.
No, I don't know.
Oh, come on, man. If you don't know, don't say it.
Do you know the thing, though?
Shady, man.
Do you know the principle of a Chinese whisper, don't you? I tell you something, you tell somebody else. You tell by the time 100 people come by and that same story comes back to me, it's a completely different story.
Yeah, because they're brainwashed, that's why.
And that's like generations going down and down and down and down.
Yeah, and they read the same thing again and again. It's passed down through generations.
And people put their little
and they believe it. Yeah. It's a brainwashing system, isn't it?
And then the person that tells you the story is your mother or your father that you love because they're your mother and father.
It don't matter if it's your mother or your father.
History. Yeah, but they're telling you a history that happened 100 years before you.
Yeah, but how do they know that's true?
They don't. I'm
yeah,
trying
but if
to
they
say
don't know,
Chinese whisper.
No.
The thing is, you trust them. What I'm saying is, your parents tell you that story, you trust them.
No, my parents never told me that story.
They're your parents, AK. They're your parents. You trust your parents with your life. Whatever they say, you believe. Do you understand the concept?
No, you don't. You don't have to believe it.
Other organisations do the same thing. It's like brainwash.
So is your parents an organisation? Do they have to be an organisation like the government or something?
Well,
if they're your parents, well, I tell you what, I'll tell you one thing, right? Right, I'll tell you one thing. I brought my daughter up, right, the way I could, right, and I'll tell you what, I wouldn't put nothing in her head. She believes what she wants to believe growing up in her own life. I don't put shit in her head like read this, do that, believe in that, and believe in this. So there you go. That's what bringing the kids up like. That's what should happen. Not you need to believe this. read that book. That's the truth. Believe in that religion. Believe in that football team. Believe in that football team. Believe in that religion.
AK, you know when my mother told me stories? I didn't believe every word she says. I never believed every word I said. But I'm talking, I was born in the 60s.
No, well, you should believe
I didn't have
in what you believe.
AK. I didn't have the internet to go, is my mother right?
No.
Can I go to a newspaper?
Well, you don't need the internet.
So you have to believe who you love.
But you don't need the internet. You don't need the internet to believe if your mother was right or wrong. Have your own belief system. Get it?
I did. But I remembered what she said and I've researched it with the technology I've got now.
Why would you say, type it in the internet, is my mum right or wrong? I mean, you would never say that.
I said,
who in their right mind would say that?
If I was a fucking child now, AK, you're getting me angry because I didn't want to be fucking angry today of all fucking days. Take a fucking hint. You're now pissing me off. I'm actually fucking sober. You're a fucking knockdown. For God fucking sake. This is what I was trying to say. In the 1960s, 1970s, you didn't have the fucking internet, AK. You couldn't do your own research. You believed that mother that you love and adore. You call it brainwashing. Is it? Shall we go into what motherhood means? I can fucking do a 3-hour live stream on that fucker. I could just chill out for a minute, AK, because we got on a good fucking moment there. Then you're just doing the same shit. Why? Human beings. Well, I'm sick of that shit. I don't need it in my life at this moment in time. You understand how you felt? That time when you fucking imagine that. But then those feelings in my fucking head. Right now. I came here to chill. And the thing is, I can fucking... No, I can't. It's on the fucking floor. I can check my fucking heart rate. And I know I'm fucking up high. Oh, there it is. Found it. Thank you. I should look to the floor first time. Everything's on the fucking floor. Anyway. And it's 19 degrees. Oh, that's good temperature for me. I'll just turn that fucker off there. Right. Actually, I'm doing quite good. 107. Just chill out, AK. Look, I didn't want this fucking argument. We could have had a fucking decent conversation. I brought up the wrong fucking thing. You just fucking said this and that the other. Just for fuck's sake. Like I was trying to say, in the 60s and 70s, your mother told you something. You couldn't do your research. You had to believe what she said. Now, like your daughter, if you tell her anything, even though you're not going to do all that stuff, you said that, fair play to you, let alone know about life herself. That's good. If you did tell her, she could just quite easily go to Google, use Gemini, is this true what my dad said, or is it true what my mother said? And go, well, yeah, but then, I couldn't do that. There wasn't the technology. I couldn't get a book from Austria, where my mother was, or a book or a newspaper from the day that when she was during the war on her war stories. I couldn't fucking do that. She actually came over here watching BBC, and in the 60s and 70s, BBC was saying what the Germans were doing, this and that, but she didn't even know any of that. She only learned that's what I believe. A lot of the Germans, Austrians, didn't even know what there was. A lot of them was holiday camps. There was like news. You go to the cinema, and these concentration camps were portrayed as holiday camps. These people going to the fucking death thought they was going to a holiday camp. And if you don't believe me, fucking Google it, because it's fucking true. Actually, I'll fucking do it for you. Ben, you got me. Do you understand? Today we've got all the technology at our fingertips. When you was young and I was young, we didn't have that. Now you've got your issues. You don't believe any fucker. That's your fault. I'm skeptic. No, fucking no. Where's that fucking tablet gone? Oh, I've got to fucking move and get some tablets I need. Oh, there's. I'll do the basic. Oh, actually, I'll take painkillers instead. I just can't be asked to move. I'm fucking stressed. And I'm chilling out. Okay, come back and we'll talk about something else. Like, let's focus on Neil or something. And I'll explain why I'll never let him on my channel again. I'm doing it now. Do you know in Germany and Austria during World War II? Can you tell me about the proper? For fuck's sake! Can you tell me about the propaganda about the concentration camps in Germany? Let's see if I can get a video. Actually, they called them holiday camps. Oh, no, it's too much fucking shit. I should have said propaganda. Oh, shit, there's a videos I'm going to watch now. But I remember seeing them where they'd actually say, we'll relocate you to here, and it's a holiday camp. And that's what people believed. And I've got fucking loads. And I've learned about the fucking star system. Do you know that star? We all thought the same. No, that was a very complex system. So anybody could say that star and decide what he was worth. And if you had a whatever star that was Jewish, he was worth nothing. Then other people had skills which couldn't be, had to be shown a little bit of respect. Still prisoners, but. Oh, this is a good one. Let me just read it first. See, this, any story I could do, I could fucking now research it 80 years later. I couldn't, but my mother was telling me. So I believe every word she says. Thankfully, she's honest. Exactly. Right. This is a point that I'm trying to make. Yeah, this is technology, yeah. This is what we know now. This was filmed years ago. There's a concentration camp. Now, I'm going to say, if you don't like this shit, then turn away, right? They brought the village near the concentration camp, and I'm guessing the village, 1,000 villages didn't know what, hold on, what's this one do? Oh, this is the one. Hold on. Hold on, let's bring it up.
Horrified as they open the gates.
The reaction of the soldiers was awful. Personally,
now what I'm doing, I'm translating for you now. When I translate, I use a different English voice, but this is me translating for you.
I always avoided brutality. It's against my nature. And I was never one to shoot just for the sake of shooting. But I saw red. And my soldiers, they came later, the ones who saw this, they became dangerous.
The full extent of the Nazis' crimes is only gradually revealed to the victors. the Americans summoned 1,000 residents of Weimar to Buchenwald.
At the time, I was 22 and hardly prepared for the impressions up there. It was a lovely spring day as we marched up there. Cheerful conversations were going on, and no one suspected the accumulated horror we were to encounter.
In many places where there were concentration camps, sightseeing is ordered.
I broke down and cried. I couldn't believe Germans could do things like that.
What did the German people really know about the Holocaust?
Okay.
That their Jewish neighbors are being deported to the east since 1941 is evident to all. They may only take few possessions.
We obviously didn't know what happened to the Jews when they got there. That they were ill-treated was clear, but that they were gassed. In my opinion, the people only discovered that much later.
But as early as 1942, rumors were flying around the country that, for the Jews, it was a one-way trip. The Nazi regime kept quiet about it.
So here's a scenario. So when my mother, who's Austrian, I don't think there's any concentration camp in Austria, she said she knew nothing about these things. I believed her because she's my mother and she experienced World War II. People in England didn't fucking experience what she experienced. I could only trust her. Plus, she was my mother, AK. So yeah, is that brainwashing? Because I've done the research and she was telling me the truth. Otherwise, would a mother lie to their own child? Because that's what you might be saying, AK.
Later we heard they had arrived in the east. And then the word Auschwitz was dropped, and I only remember someone saying, "Oh God, Auschwitz. No one ever comes back from there."
Jewish property is publicly auctioned. The purchasers clearly do not expect that the former owners will ever return. Only few ask any questions.
See, there it's all about the money, AK. Because people are making profit. Everyone makes profit out of misery. It's fucking human nature.
Talking here about a society in wartime, so most people were not so affected or influenced by feelings of sympathy, but were mainly concerned for their own fate and that of their families. And that is mostly how they viewed the Soviet POWs and the Jews.
We didn't know about any of that. The victors hear from most Germans. But later surveys show another picture.
They did know.
A good third of those questioned admit to having already known about the Holocaust during the Nazi era. Over time, the number of anonymous personal admissions rises to 40%.
No, but it's towards the end anyway. But I do know that these villages were producing food, meat, staff would go there for the leader, the commandants, and they'd be cooking food for. They're the locals doing that. The locals would come up, so there'd be locals knowing, because they'd be delivering the vegetables and shit like that. Yeah, because there's another famous one. It's a true story where one of these cleaners, she was cleaning or whatever, and she gassed a load of fucking SS officers. Well, burnt them alive, not gas. But yeah, the thing is, today's fucking brilliant. Every back is gone now. AK's gone. I'm at the point where the question what needs is that, yeah, I'm getting rid of this because it's just got me on a fucking downer now. This is what I didn't want to be fucking doing, researching my fucking history. I do that all the fucking time, you know what I mean? I don't need to, I've got fucking shitloads of stuff. Anyway, how you doing, Mocha? You obviously heard me doing this. There was a thing where it's about the Brotherhood, the Knights of the Templar. I've got a statue somewhere. I've actually got a statue of the Knights Templar somewhere, and where he's holding the sword of the prostate or whatever, the penis, to level the tone of testosterone. I've got a ninja version as well, and he holds the same thing. And the thing is, he's got nothing in his hands. because testosterone is a mythical, you cannot see testosterone. So what he's doing is holding testosterone ball bags in his hands, and he's actually saying, here, I give you my testosterone ball bags as a gift. I am abstaining for a whole 30 days because he's in the Ninja Brotherhood, by the way. And I've got the other one. The other one. No, they're pen holders. I've got a proper night one. Anything that's shiny to me, I'm like a fucking magpie. Anyway, AK's rage quit. I just didn't need that shit today. I told him at the start. Come over live. Oh, hold on. Benny Vibes. Come over live reggae club. Okay. Serious bollocks on him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So anyway, who's this geezer? Where's fucking this geezer? Why is everybody blowing this fucking shitty fucking place? All right, James, come along, Conway since then. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we have. Can I highlight this one? Yeah, we like this one. Oh no. I can't highlight. I have to be on the other one to highlight it. I don't know. I like reggae music, allegedly. I'm subscribing to you. Hold on, this guy's live. What? Anyway, we've got Benny Vibes doing the Benny Vibes shit. Oh, nice one. Let's play. Let's hold on. No. I don't know. I can do this. Can I do this? Oh, here we go. My band, no. Fuck off. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Benny Vibes. I'm going to play him. Yeah, just subscribe, by the way. I'll put you should have put link in. Benny, if you're watching, put link in the chat. Because my Night Battle fucking shave channel. Let's see what this. Oh, this is old classic shit. I'm playing it because you come on my channel and said go over there, which gives me permission and shit like that. Allegedly. There we go. So Butchers. Live and direct on the Shady channel. I can tell it's similar to my age, and I'll tell you for why. I've just subscribed. I'll get his channel out. In a minute. Because these young people don't know about this shit. These are called, wait for it, singles. Yeah. There's a single song that you flipped over. There's an A side and a B side. Sometimes the B side was better than the A side. It is what it is. But the A side would be the popular song. The B side would be the promotional one that the music placed it. Oh, that shit. But we like this other one. You know what I mean? And then the B side was more popular. It is really. But this is, they put this record, this disc on this machine. Yeah, this is where tapes, you get a tape. Well, it's a tape, you know what I mean? Like the old computer systems, you know, and you know what I mean? And this was like, and yeah, and this is where they got the scratching. You know, where you're rubbing, and yeah, this is authentic shit. Anyways, playing reggae music, which I like. I never got, I want him to 500. I didn't name it. I think the name before they ran it. It doesn't matter.
One, two, chicky.
Oh yeah, hold on.
That's a bit shady, that's you, brother. That's you, man. That's a big shady, that's you, huh? That's a locked in, locked on crew. And the rubber dub style.
Botrix doesn't like competition. I like this music. It's definitely symptomized. He's over 50, under 60. I can tell that because if he wasn't to be playing UB fucking 40 all day long. Do you know what I was on about the scratching thing? This old school DJing. And that's where the scratching came from, where you get because there's a needle on these, I can't remember what they're called, records. Yeah. This is where the scratching, now it's all digitized. Skill, one skill.
Took a walk in the pasture house late last night.
Now then, do you remember that song from UB40? Do, baby. This is the original one from the Caribbean, where YouTube copied it basically. Listen to the song. This UB40 wrote this song, but this woman played it before UB40. For real, for real.
All the shapes were pulled and drawn way down tight from within the dim light bands to silhouettes on the shade. Oh, what a lovely couple they made. Silhouette, 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 silhouette.
Oh, no. Silhouette. That was it. It wasn't UB40. Ali Campbell. It must have been 8 years ago. I love Ali. Ali Campbell did this Silhouette song. And obviously, I thought he wrote it himself. He obviously plagiarized somebody else's, but that's what UB40 did. UB40 are famous for bringing this Caribbean music to England and make it more palatable for us. And then from there, we just loved all the Caribbean music, like raw, real sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know this. Yeah. I knew the song, though. It's a good song by Ali Campbell, but this probably is better. I need to know more of this stuff. Put it on my MP3 collection.
That's a shady. That's a shady tune. Respect.
And as you died, kisses I could almost taste in the night. Wondering why I'm not the man whose silhouette on the shade I wouldn't hide. The tears in my eyes. Silhouette, 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 die, oh, silhouette, 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 die, oh.
Right, so I've just fast forwarded it because it was like I'm like 3 minutes behind. Let's see who else has got.
Right, we'll have to rewind this one. We'll rewind this one. Stepping in. That's a locked in crew. Love.
Look, Jennifer, I bet you don't even know about this technology, do you, Jennifer? Because you're on here now or whatever. Yeah, this is where it wasn't automatic. You didn't put the CD in or whatever. You had to manually do something. You could get the automatic ones, obviously, where you stack the discs on the top. This isn't one. You have to manually do this, and there's a skill behind this shit. I'll tell you that now.
Straight from the top. Fucking straight from the top, mate. Ah, shit. I've got to put a new tune on.
He needs a proper microphone. I think people should donate to him. He shouldn't be doing this by manually doing stuff. He needs a GoFund. You know the stuff you can get from Tammy, but I don't know how good they fucking are. I don't want one. My microphone's all right, but it is what it is. Yeah, I moved back home last April. I'm reading the chat. Well, Jennifer's abandoned me. I moved back home last April, buzzing to be back. Jennifer, I thought he was Filipino. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because anybody that says journeys and stuff like that, it's normally Filipino because those are the people I subscribe to because they're nice people. I mean, nurses are Filipino, innit? Yes, me. And people think I'm ungrateful for the nurses that help me out. No, I'm not. Oh yeah. Anyway, we're saying that, and this is what I'm saying. I'm the truth sayer. What was his fucking name again? Ali Campbell. Ali Campbell's Silhouette song. Do you see what I'm saying? Rip-off bastard. Now, this is a story of UB of the 40. Let me just play it. For the copyright. No, 19. Already a few minutes done something. I might get through. Oh, the dark truth. That's what I'm talking about. I used to know their Roman Anthony. Right then. I'm the truth sayer. But do you know what I said? I know the song. Yeah, rip off bastards. Look, this is proof. Shady never lies. Shady never lies. You know what I mean? Shady never lies. Shady never lies. Do you know what I mean? I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier of the streets. I'm a veteran of the streets. The veteran. I know this stuff. I'm a veteran. I'm a hero of the streets. I fought for the ghetto. Romeo, Romeo. Where art thou, Romeo? Oh, you didn't. There's two stories. You know why I know why I focused on my truth? My sister. I had a stereo and shit. And you go around her house. She would be playing. We got to listen to this bun. It was like 1980s, 85. And it was UB40. I went, who the fuck are them? Play some decent music. And her husband, it'd be like fucking heavy metal, Deep Purple and shit like that. Why those two were together? They're still fucking together. But yeah, fucking hell, God knows why. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Yeah, this is what I'm talking. Here, look. Why has he got a picture of UB40 on it? Exactly, because they've ripped off his song. Oh, subscribe, there you go. Hold on. Let's utilize my Caribbean Gemini for this stuff. That she'll know, or he'll know. I wonder if I can get her to talk to like him. I wonder if I can get her to talk to. Hey Gemini, how you doing? Gemini, we're out there, Gemini.
Here I am. What can I help you with?
Yeah, can you speak in a Caribbean accent? I'm talking about UB40, the famous band. Now, you can't hear the music, can you? But if I describe the music, can you tell me if it was a Bob Marley song and did UB40 redo the song? Well, let me just do it, look. Oh, yeah, that was it. Red Wine, You Make Me Feel So Fine. UB40 made that song quite famous, didn't they? Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, man. UB40 them mash up the song, make it wicked. But me have to tell you that Bob Marley never write it. That Neil Diamond did write it first, you know? UB40 just take it and put that nice reggae groove on it. Anything else you want to know about the band?
Yeah, so Neil Diamond, was he like a Jamaican like us, man? Was Neil Diamond a Jamaican Caribbean?
Nah, man. Neil Diamond was American, from New York, not from Jamaica or the Caribbean at all. Him just have a big heart for music, and UB40 did love the song. Anything else you want to make me talk about?
Yeah, let me go to so Red Wine is Neil Diamond. So that's a rip-off. UB40 basically ripped him off, didn't get copyrights or anything. Anyway, let's go to the next one. So that's a good song though, isn't it? Caribbean style. In your personal opinion though, like as a Caribbean, because now you're in that mode of being from Jamaica and stuff. Neil Diamond, that music is shit. Now you put that Caribbean twist to it, it's a great, amazing song in it. So UB40 did the world a favour, really, didn't they?
Well, hear this now. Every man got them own kind of things that them like, you know? Neil Diamond have them fans, and UB40 them get big off of them style too. The song definitely take on a new life with that reggae vibe, that for sure. So, you want to talk about another cover song now, or something different?
Yeah, let's next song. Oh, that's the same song. Yeah.
That happens sometimes. You want to stick with the reggae?
Yeah.
Try something different. 40. That was big too.
No. I've got one. Kingston Town, because Kingston Town is in our homeland, isn't it? You get me? It's in Jamaica, isn't it? Kingston Town. That's definitely a Bob Marley song. Am I right?
You're right, man. Kingston Town in Jamaica, that homeland proper. But the song original, that write and sing by Lord Creator, not Bob Marley. UB40 then just cover it again, make it sweet, you know? Anything else you want to know about the song or Lord Creator?
Yeah. No. I'm just going through UB40. Technically, would you think these English people from Birmingham ripped off the Jamaican style? You get me?
Well, it kind of depends how you look at it, right? Some people would say them just love the music and want to share it, that them showing respect for the Jamaican style. Others might feel like them just making money off of something that them never create. UB40, them always said them were inspired by reggae and them cover a pure artist from Jamaica. What you want thoughts on that?
Yeah, basically they just took somebody else's song. The only creativity they made was obviously they sang together, and they actually had to change the beat of a song, which takes a lot of skill to put like that Caribbean skill, the music and everything, to say an opera song or a Neil Diamond song. That's a lot of skill, and they deserve, I suppose, to get paid for that skill. Do you get me?
Yeah, man. Making the music your own with a fresh twist and plenty talent. UB40 them definitely give those older tunes a whole new life and make them big with a different crowd. So we can jump into another song, or you want to talk small about this some more?
I've got a Bob Marley song. Oh no, we're talking about people ripping them off. I get bored of this. Yeah, can you tell me the news on UB40? Because Ali Campbell separated from UB40, didn't he? Do you know actually, do you know somebody that was a roadman in UB40 called Anthony, that then went on to teach music skills and then did the Derby Caribbean Festival for like at least 10 or 12 years since the 2000s.
Yeah, man. True talk. That Campbell leave the band from 2008. Long time separation, you know? And them getting a real ruckus over the name UB40. 2 different groups performing under that name for a while. Now, about this Anthony you're talking about, the roadie who teach music and do the Derby Caribbean Festival, may I have to tell you that we can't find no information about him right now. Sounds like him do some great work, though. You know any more details about him, like him last name or when him work with the band?
He had a teaching place paid by the government on Pear Tree Road for about 2 years, where he got a grant to teach people how to mix and this, that, and the other. And he actually started. He was in the marketplace in Derby as the DJ, where the Caribbean festival started. Then it went all the way through the Normantan, you know, the ghetto. Then it went all the way around Derby, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That Anthony sounds like a real pillar of the community. Teaching music on Pear Tree Road and mashing up the place at the Derby Caribbean Festival. That takes plenty skill and dedication. Sounds like it bring a lot of joy to the people of Derby with the music.
Do you know the Caribbean Festival? Then the leaders. Does anybody resonate with that name, Anthony, Anton, or something like that? Do you know the names of the people that organise it? Because it's been going for like 20 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, man. The Derby Caribbean Festival going strong from 1975, organised by the Derby West Indian Community Association. Now, I don't see the name Anthony or Anton listed as one of the main leaders, but you know how it go. Pure people working hard behind the scenes to make it happen.
A participant, a regular participate, somebody's a regular participation. It'll be then, won't it?
Yeah, man. If Anthony been a regular participant, playing music or DJing for years, him definitely part of the crew that make the festival happen. Sounds like him bring a whole lot of good vibes to the marketplace and them other places in Derby. Anything else you want to share about that history?
Yeah, because apparently he was all over the shop. It was an amazing guy. I used to go see him. And then you see him a couple of days later and go, oh, you should have come here last night. Ali Campbell came down and we had a right drinking session. And then somebody else from UB40 had come down and had a right drinking session. That shows he was quite important as a friend to UB40.
Yeah, man. That definitely sounds like Anthony had a real connection with the band. If the like of Ali Campbell and the other brethren them coming to hang out and drink with him like that, it must have been a proper friend. Sounds like them had some good times over the years. Anything else from those days you remember?
No, that was it, because I didn't actually. I met him and he had this big dog, those bull mastiffs, or the big dogs that looked dangerous. He said it's a guard dog, but it was soft as milk. These big dogs aren't dangerous, are they? But it looked the part.
Yeah, man. Those big dog them can look serious, but plenty of them is just softies, big babies at heart. Bull mastiffs especially, them can look imposing, but be really gentle with them family. So, anything else from those guys or that dog you want to talk about?
No. Actually, let me come back to my YouTube channel. There's some gossip. What's the gossip about UB40? The serious dirt. Let's get into this gangster shit. Dirt. What have they done apart from plagiarizing other people's songs?
All right, you want the real dirt. So Ali Campbell leave the band in 2008, and things get lively with financial wrangles and bankruptcy declarations for 4 members of the group, including Astro and Jimmy Brown, back in 2011. The whole thing revolved around the breakdown of the record label and management company. Then them getting a big legal fight over who can use the name UB40, with Ali Campbell starting a rival version. So, you want to hear the latest about that lawsuit or something different about the scandal?
Yeah. More dirt, the better, I think. So, is it also, can there be a legal band called UB40 anymore? Is that why they're not making songs and shit?
Yeah, man. The feud continue. Ali Campbell's still performing as UB40 and making music, but so are the other original members with his brother Robin. That's why you had 2 different groups touring at the same time, both claiming to be the real thing. The legal battle over the name rumble on. That why them haven't made music together in years. Want more specifics about the last court case?
Yeah. How recent was it?
Well, the legal tangle's still going strong as of this year, 2026. Both fights are still fighting over the name, and both continue to tour and release records separately. And these group cancel shows sometimes for different reasons, and the main band keep pushing on with their version. Seems like that feud might not get settled anytime soon. Anything else you want to know about the drama?
Yeah. Do you think we should get them together and then bang their heads together and say, "Oh, I've just broken her." And I was bored of that fucking stuff. Yeah, anyway, they really ripped the fucking band off. Bastards. And let's get back to the guy that was promoting Benny Vibes. So I've done the history of before. Let's get back to Benny. I've seen Benny's name before. There we go. There's Benny. This is authentic shit, man. This is authentic shit, man.
I will work all day long to give you what you need.
Come on.
I will work maybe 2 jobs to give you what you wanted. You say no need to, but I say yes I do, and it's what's in my heart for you. I will work all day long to give you what you need.
I don't know. Do I do this fucking shit then? Oh no, because I'm playing it. So yeah. He's drinking the expensive alcohol. Allegedly. Twice as nice with a little bit of spice, man. And I just learned something from Gemini that she speaks in a Caribbean Jamaican accent now, which I think is hilariously funny. Oh, I can't wait to have some fucking fun there. I meant to ask her what soup is. Caribbean soup. Soup is basically it's like a normal soup. Then it's like meat of the day, which could be any fucking thing.
To give you what you wanted, you say no need to, but I say yes I do, and it's what's in my heart for you. To give you what you need.
That's the old school stuff. And I was in the chat. Who's in the chat? Woof, 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 woof. Let's see what else is on live, because how long have we been doing? Yeah, I don't want to do a fucking... I might do 2 hours. Who knows? Let me just play some music for me. Do you remember? This is an inspiring song. It's copyrighted, obviously. Hold on, let me take my echo cancellation. Hear it, you bastards. Hold on. Louder than words. I've got the pot. Bring me a cup of the golden tide. So when you're dancing, I'll feel you. where you are. Oh, this is a good one, isn't it? This is motivational shit.
Every hour, every day, learning more. The more I learn, the less I know about before. The less I know, the more I wanna look around. Digging deep for clues on higher ground. The moon and stars sit where the light, where the trees move. The windows break open, cool at night will be.
Yeah, man.
On the wing and birds fly free, flowers and things and flower wings go free, sunrise wings so long.
No. For the ladies out there, let's see who's in the chat.
Crack bells and the washed out horns blow into my face with scorn. But it's not that way, I wasn't born to lose you. I want you. I want you.
That's fucking load of shit. Oh yeah. Women out there, don't do that to me. You manipulative bastards. What women do to me. I think it's unfair.
You say you're gonna leave me, begging you to stay. Because baby, I can't get through anyway, yeah. No.
Why am I onto this shit when I can be on better shit? Exactly. Oh, Sweet Cherry, weirdo song. Who's Jimmy Cliff? Oh, it's got to be a cool song, because I can see it clearly now.
I am feeling very Olympic today. How about you?
This is a clip from the American TV show, where I think they're doing the ice skate run. I don't know what it is, but Jimmy Cliff, whoever. Oh, is he a comedian? Warren. I have to keep the copyrights to a limit, because I can go through it and get rid of the copyrights, but it takes for fucking ever. You know, look, for you druggers out there, here's a good tune for you, if you lived in the 80s. The Dutchie is Das Bliffman. Sad story about this, the band members, they're all brothers apparently. Sad thing, I think one ended his life. It was fucking sad.
This generation rules the nation with version. Music answer the food of love. Songs to really make you rub and scrub. I said, pass the dutchie on the left hand side. Pass the dutchie on the left hand side.
This is bad, because the Dutchie is cannabis, and all the kids are fucking under the age of fucking 16. But it's culture, you get me? In the Caribbean, it's part of, Rastafarianism. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, I'm just assuming, that when you have the Caribbean or Cannabianas, it gets closer to God, because obviously neutralizes your surroundings, and if you obviously you think about God, you're going to get close to him, or a belief system, not just God. Anyway, it's about my song, Copyright Princess.
You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. Talking loud, not saying much.
Yeah, bored of that. I've been getting loads of shit on this YouTube shit there. Don't know if it's true or a fucking lie. I know Google Dolls is a fucking copyright. I should learn this shit, I'll tell you that now. I don't care. Anyway, I'm more interested in this video of Neo slagging this disabled woman off. Or a woman using a disabled bait, more likely. I bet she was able-bodied, but she poked like everybody fucking does in a disabled bait. I remember him saying something. But there's no need for calling all the names of the sun. Just one spice kills all kidney issues. What? Hold on, gotta see this shit.
Out toxins your body has accumulated. That's exactly what cumin can do.
Oh shit, I've got cumin. I wonder why I bought this fucking stuff. And hey up, Ozzy, how you doing, Ozzy? Hold on. Oh, it's me in the background. There's you. Oh yeah, Ozzy, check this out. Night Bottle will say who he is, Ozzy, in a minute, because I can't be asked. This is a DJ. He came on my channel and I went, yeah, he's playing the Caribbean music. Benny Vibes. I've seen him around. I didn't just put a link down. Obviously, just type in link if you want to come up. Long time no see. I don't think anybody's clipped you, have they? Because I've seen Ozzy's face for real. And let me just not get rid of him like in that way, but yeah, I need to fucking because I bought this because I'm doing research because I got kidney issues. Do you know what I'm saying? Apparently, you do that. I want to see what I have to put it in. Oh, can you see? Yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting about this fucking twat thing. There we go. I do this. I'm only going to do it for 2 hours, unless somebody comes up and whatever. This is some serious shit if you're over 50.
Cumin isn't just a flavorful spice, it's a natural detoxifier that supports kidney health by reducing oxidative stress, improving digestion, and helping the body process metabolic and environmental toxins more efficiently. Your kidneys are constantly filtering blood, but when toxins build up, they have to work overtime, increasing stress on delicate filtration units. Cumin's active compounds, particularly cumin aldehyde and thymol, have strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, protecting kidney tissue from damage and supporting overall renal function. Research published in journals indexed by the National Institutes of Health, NIH, has shown that cumin extract can improve key kidney markers, reduce oxidative damage, and help maintain healthy creatinine and urea levels. Studies from institutions like King Salad University also show that cumin...
Yeah, I forgot because I was playing music in the background. Yeah, good. You know I'm not that fucking drunk. Hold on. Audio. I'll get that back on, There we go, it should be better now. There we go. I'll put the, what's the name? There we go, better.
Supports liver detoxification, which indirectly eases the burden on kidneys by reducing toxin levels in the bloodstream. Despite these benefits, many people make mistakes that reduce cumin's effectiveness. Some use pre-ground cumin that has lost potency, overuse it in a single serving, or fail to combine it with warm water or fat to boost absorption. Without proper use, toxins continue to strain the kidneys, undermining the spice's potential benefits. The secret trick with cumin is simple. Use freshly ground seeds or steep them in warm water or tea to activate their beneficial compounds. The best time to take cumin is in the morning or early afternoon, supporting digestion and detoxification throughout the day. A simple method is steeping half a teaspoon of cumin seeds in hot water for 5 to 10 minutes and drinking it as a tea. You can also sprinkle freshly ground cumin on salads, roasted vegetables, or soups to make it a regular habit. Pairing it with a small amount of healthy fat, such as olive oil, enhances absorption, and adding a splash of lemon juice boosts antioxidant and detoxifying effects.
There you go.
Take action today by trying this cumin.
Yeah, so I hadn't used it yet. So the powder form, you sprinkle it over food and stuff. Oh, it's not him. What, him, who? Oh, it's me, you mean? Is that Strictly? No. Hey, Strictly's all right. Hey, look, everything Strictly said about a certain other American, has it come true? Just saying. I think it has, in my personal opinion. Anyway, this Matt Armstrong, I watched a video of Matt, like Bugatti and shit. You know, the guy that runs it, who's like majority shareholder, that's doing these memes. They actually talk to each other. They're best friends. They're like really close friends. But now he's swapped. And Matt goes, oh, this thing, this, that, and the other, yeah, it's doing me better. So it's like, I don't know, this is going to be fucking funny. Yeah. This is, oh, I don't eat this. I've got swollen feet. Oh, potassium. I got swollen feet for some other stuff. Oh, no. This fits, no. Cheap food that repairs your kidney. I've got this.
Your kidneys don't fail in a day. In fact, they might be quietly shutting down right now, even while you feel perfectly fine. Most people think kidney damage is a sudden nightmare that ends in dialysis. But the truth is much more subtle, and it's hiding in your
This is me saying stuff like I've got a really bad kidney problem.
daily meals. What if I told you that the superfoods you're buying might be exhausting your kidneys, while the cheapest items in the grocery store are actually your best line of defense? Today, I'm revealing 4 humble
As soon as he said cheap, I'm fucking listening.
foods that act as a biological broom for your toxins. But pay attention, because you're probably eating the most important one all wrong. Now, let's talk about a paradox that most people completely miss when it comes to their health. When we think about healing or detoxing a vital organ like the kidney, our minds often go straight to expensive supplements, rare herbs, or high-end superfoods like bird's nest or abalone. We've been conditioned to believe that the more a solution costs, the more powerful it must be.
And AK's right. It's all about the money. But it's all about the branding. You trust the brand labels that exploit our stupidity for brand labels. Can I get all this designer label clothing? It's made in China. It's made in the same factory as my T-shirts from Temu. The thing is, when you're designing Hugo Boss or whatever, they say, here's the material, you make it perfect. And all the joints line up, and it's like, I can show you my England hat, where you can see it's like a patchwork of the English flag. If that was Hugo Boss, it'd be a perfect flag with all the little elements of the baseball cap. You pay for wastage. Yeah, because all the brand names, they don't care about the wastage of material to make it look perfect. But it's still made in the same factory. But the cheaper ones, which is just as good quality, they're going to last the same, can be the same material. They don't care. So you'll have a mishmash of the materials because it doesn't look good, but it's going to last just as long. And it'll be half the fucking price. Don't even get started on fucking watches.
But here is the breakthrough you need to understand. Your kidneys don't need a luxury makeover.
Exactly.
They need simplicity. You see, your kidneys are fundamentally a filtration system. Think of them as the most sophisticated water treatment plant in the world. They aren't a storage warehouse. When you overload your body with premium high-protein animal products or dense, complex supplements, you aren't actually helping. You are just giving your filtration plant more heavy lifting to do. You're forcing those tiny, delicate filters to grind through tough waste products, which causes wear and tear over time. This is why the most effective kidney savers are often the humblest items in your grocery.
This is why I'm looking at it, because everything's my liver's fault. My liver is fully functional. And it's the scientific proof. Yeah, you can donate half of your liver to somebody that needs a liver transplant, and you'll have half a liver and you can function as long as you're eating the right food and this and that. So liver's the only thing that actually regenerates. My liver always ticks the boxes. It's damaged, but it's better than half a kidney, which a human being can survive. My kidneys, though, are fucked.
Cart, things like beans, tofu, and apples. Why?
Tofu is shit because it's man-made. It's made in a factory chemical. I don't trust tofu. It's not even plant-based from what I've been gathering.
Because these foods provide what I call clean protein and bioregulators.
So let's have a look at that. Protein, steak, eggs. I've got my free-range eggs. And it passed the water test. The test you do, you put a light through it. I didn't do that. As I opened the egg, there's a stain in it. I just went, no, I'm not eating that, so I need some new eggs. I just don't eat eggs. I should be eating eggs every fucking day, but it is what it is. I'm going to get an egg boiler. Yeah, I'm going to get an egg boiler. Then I can't fucking complain. Do you know what I mean?
Unlike animal proteins that leave behind a lot of acidic waste, plant-based proteins from beans and tofu are much easier for your kidneys to process. They contain natural fibers and compounds like flavonoids that don't just sit there. They act like a specialized maintenance crew. Instead of adding to the workload, they go in and soothe the tiny, microscopic inflammations inside your kidney's filtering units. In a world full of processed chemicals and get healthy...
I go into Lidl's Aldi, and these are always discounted at 50% off. I wonder why. People know stuff. Discounted stuff, it can go, best before, it's a popular thing. I've got some chicken legs that I actually need to fucking put in the oven or boil or shit like that, and put some in the freezer. It's chicken legs, chicken wings. I'll rip for what I paid, I'll rip the meat off them bastards, tell you. I'll make it into a fucking chicken curry or whatever, you gets me.
Quick scams. The real secret to longevity, especially after age 60, is returning to these basic earth-grown solids. Your kidneys don't need you to spend a fortune to nourish them. They are begging you to release them from the burden of complex toxin. They thrive on the minimalist, clean energy found in...
I can't have green grapes. I have to have red grapes. I know that. I got ginger. I've never fucking used it because I just bought it out of the fucking jar. You know what I mean? I've actually got fresh ginger. I always forget that I've got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying.
Simple, real foods. So, as we dive into these 4 specific foods, I want you to shift your mindset. Most people look at a bowl of beans and think of gas or bloating. But what if I told you that these tiny, humble seeds are actually the most powerful biological brooms you can find? Your kidneys are under constant pressure to filter out waste, but they can't do it alone. They need a partner. That's where the fiber in beans comes in. Think of fiber not just as a nutrient, but as a physical tool. It sweeps through your digestive system, capturing toxins and escorting them out before they ever get a chance to overload your...
Basically, you eat it, goes through your stomach and shit it out. That's what it's doing. You're literally shitting out your toxins. I'm just trying to fucking translate. I get Gemini in the Jamaican accent to do it for you, but it is what it is.
Your bloodstream. This takes the pressure off your kidneys, allowing them to filter more smoothly overnight. But here is the shocking part that almost nobody talks about. Most people are eating beans the wrong way, and it's actually hurting their progress. Have you ever felt heavy or bloated after eating lentils or black beans?
Yeah, lentils. I know how to make, is it lentils? Yeah. I know how to make lentils. It's called something. And you get lentils, you steam up, you put them with onions, this and that, and it makes a thing. And then you can add ginger to it, you can add this. and you make a big pot of it, and you can have like 2-3 meals with a pita bread, not a naan bread. I can't remember what it's called. It's like a little, I can't remember. They're like wraps, Indian style. You know what I mean? Because I did live with an Indian family for a couple of years, literally 2.5 years. So I know about the food. But yeah, lentil soup. I think it's lentil. It's like a soup, but it's a substantial meal. But then you had to have bread with it and this and that and the other. Lentils, it's dead easy to fucking make as well.
That's not the beans' fault. It's a sign of locked nutrients. To truly unlock the kidney-saving power of beans, you must use what I call the chef's secret activation. If you just take beans from a bag and boil them, you're leaving behind phytic acid. This is an anti-nutrient that can actually stress your system and block the absorption of the very minerals your kidneys need.
I'm going to say you fry them then.
The fix is simple, but it makes a world of difference. You must soak your beans for at least 8 to 12 hours with a squeeze of lemon or a splash of apple cider vinegar. This simple step activates the seed, neutralizing the phytic acid and breaking down the complex sugars that cause bloating. When you do this, you turn a hard-to-digest food into a medicinal powerhouse that is gentle on your gut and incredibly protective for your kidneys. Let's look at the numbers. Just half a cup of cooked, activated beans provides about 7 to 9 grams.
Yeah, but you're not mentioning the beans, so you're boring the shit out of me.
This means your body can regulate it naturally without sending your levels into
Potassium is supposed to be good for you, bananas and shit like that, but if your body can't digest it, it's fucking worse for you. I've been researching this. I'd rather not fucking eat.
It's one of the easiest, most affordable ways to protect your health, especially as you cross that age 60 milestone. Fixing how you prepare them could be the difference between...
Now, if this is sweet potatoes, apparently you've got normal potatoes, there's sweet potatoes, which I've got one of them. I need to learn how to cook this fucker. I'm just going to fucking cook it and boil it and roast it. To be honest, the sweet potatoes are quite nice.
Feeling sluggish and feeling like your body is finally cleaning itself again. Next, we have 2 of the most misunderstood foods when it flush out years of built-up waste. It's one of the easiest, most affordable ways to protect your health, especially as you cross that age 60 milestone. Fixing how you prepare them could be the difference between feeling sluggish and feeling like your body is finally cleaning it.
I don't know. I know that looks like a potato. So look.
Can regulate it naturally without sending your levels into a spike. Whether it's black beans, kidney beans, or lentils, these are not just side dishes.
No, I think they are. So what they're saying is just, what is it, lemon juice, cider, soak them overnight. Where's the fucking shit about the potatoes? Because potatoes are good. Potassium. Fucking bored of shit. Kidneys, I can't be arsed with this. I'm fucking getting bored. It's too fucking complex. I'm going to forget about it anyway. Anything else? Oh shit, what's this 10 best movies, Mile? Oh, has anybody ever seen this one?
Some cars were built to sell. Some were built to compete.
My brother had one of these. And this is a funny fact. He used to live across the road from my mother, from our family. And he met my girlfriend, he met my sister. And she used to drop him off. She used to drop my sister off at our house, go around the block, and then go and park his car. And she go, oh. And she used to look across the road going, oh, my boyfriend's got a car like that. And it was him. He's John. He gave me a lot of wisdom in life.
But this one was built because of politics.
We had one of them,
It's 1963. The Mini is dominating Britain.
Yeah, it was.
Roots Group desperately needs a rival. So they build a tiny car with a racing-inspired aluminum engine, place the factory 300 miles away from their engineers, and ask shipyard workers who had never built cars to assemble it. The result? A car that won rallies.
I think it's called a Hillman Imp. That was serious money. And they're cool-looking motherfucking cars. You see that or a Mini.
Dominated racing and still became one of Britain's biggest automotive what-ifs. This is the story of the Hillman Imp,
Told you.
And here are 10 shocking facts that explain what really happened.
Yeah, there we go.
Fact number 1. It was designed by a future Formula One driver.
Told you.
When Roots Group decided to challenge the Mini, they didn't hand the project to experienced veterans.
That is, that looks the same building as Rolls-Royce, Nightingale Road. And it's Art Deco. That's Art Deco style. Not that I know this shit, but it is.
Instead, they trusted 2 incredibly young engineers. Mike Parks was just 24 years old, and his partner Tim Fry was only 20. These weren't
They look fucking older than that. Just saying.
industry veterans. They were ambitious, creative, and willing to try something completely different. Mike Parks would later become a Ferrari Formula One driver and race engineer. Typical economy car solution.
I'm not being funny. If I had the money, and I can get this. If I can get a car like that, maybe not gold, but saying gold is fucking bling bling. Think of it. You can get tall people in the back of it, and I've got a lot of tall friends. It looks. Obviously, I'd have to have LED lights and shit like that, bling it up. But other than this, M-Reg, it's only like fucking 30. No tax. Do you know what I'm saying?
Solutions. These were performance-focused decisions normally seen in sports cars. Even early prototypes reflected experimentation. One was nicknamed the Slug, and another called Little Jim. The project eventually evolved into something far more sophisticated than expected.
There you go.
Roots didn't just want a mini competitor. They accidentally created one of the most technically advanced small cars of its time.
There you go.
Fact number 2. The engine started life as a fire pump. Roots Group didn't have a small, lightweight engine ready for their new car. So they approached Coventry Climax, a company famous for building portable fire pump engines. Years earlier, Coventry Climax had created a lightweight aluminum engine for emergency fire equipment. It used an overhead camshaft, produced impressive power, and weighed far less than traditional engines. Racing teams quickly noticed. Lotus used racing versions, and the engine became successful in motorsport. Roots saw potential and adapted the design for road use. The engine was reduced to 875 cubic centimeters, mounted at the rear, and tilted to fit compactly behind the back seats. The entire engine and transmission assembly was incredibly light. This gave the Imp lively performance and excellent balance. But the lightweight aluminum design required precise cooling and careful assembly. Small problems could quickly become big ones. And unfortunately, the early production cars weren't prepared for that level of precision. Fact number 3. It was Britain's first mass-produced aluminum engine car. In 1963, most small cars used heavy cast iron engines.
Yeah, let's get back to the fucking 80s then. Or the 70s, where I witnessed the car that my brother-in-law had.
Traveled 600 miles before installation. The logistics were incredibly complicated. Engine blocks were cast in Scotland, then shipped to Coventry for machining. After assembly, they were transported back to Scotland for installation. Every engine completed a 600-mile round trip before reaching a car.
What?
This increased costs and slowed production.
Exactly.
If trains were delayed or strikes occurred, inconsistent build quality.
And it strikes all day long until Thatcher came into power. It's all about the money.
Warranty claims increased. Even after improvements were introduced, the damage to the Imp's reputation had already.
Yeah, so it's a failed car, basically. Let's have a look at, see what my dad had. Oh, these was fucking cool cars. See that one there? That was a cool look. There was a Triumph, I think. What the fuck is this weirdo thing? Oh, look at that. This beat the Mustang. That was a Ford Capri. I'd say a 3 litre in the early days, and there was a 2.9 injection. My nephew had one. Fucking powerful shit that was. Oh, that's what my dad had, something like that. 15 cars, only true. Oh, yeah, right.
Can you recall the car your dad drove in the 70s? Not the colour, not the...
Let's see if you're... I'm just saying, I'm just putting this out there, right? let's see if you're an immigrant or not. It's a fucking example. I love this brand. I've got a fucking kettle and all sorts of shit, and a Hoover, and a phone. This is a test. Do you remember these cars? Either your dad drove, or your brother-in-law, or family members drove. Let's see if you're true fucking British.
The model, the smell of it, that cocktail of warm vinyl, leaded petrol and cigarette smoke that hit you the moment you climbed in.
Yeah, exactly.
Britain produced some of the most beautiful, brilliant and baffling cars the world has ever seen.
Exactly.
However, half have been wiped from memory. Buried under Japanese imports and German engineering, we're bringing everyone back. And trust me when I say you'll want to stay until the end, where we reveal the car a certain Italian supercar manufacturer called the most beautiful thing ever created. If ever a car carried the weight...
Oh, Metro. Yeah, I had a girlfriend had one of them. She didn't have it for a long... got stolen or something.
Of an entire nation's industrial pride on its tiny shoulders. It was the Austin Metro. Launched in 1980, this was supposed to be the car that saved British Leyland, and by extension the entire British motor industry. Margaret Thatcher herself turned up to the factory to pose with the first one off the line, which tells you exactly how desperate things had become. Under the bonnet sat the old A-Series engine, a design that dated all the way back to the 1950s, bolted into a body designed to compete with the Volkswagen Polo and the Ford Fiesta. And here's...
I owned one of these. These are like... Mine had a K&N filter, which means it didn't have a filter, so you'd see it had a pipe that went down the bottom, so when you was at traffic lights, you'd get steam coming up. Oh yeah, engine's on fire. No, I've got a K&N filter, you bastards. Mine was a bit browner than that, though, to be honest with you. Looked exactly the same, but it went like stink taste, and wow, really did.
Is the thing. It actually wasn't bad. It handled well, it was cheap to run, and it sold in enormous numbers. Over 1 million Metros found homes, but British Leyland being British Leyland, the early models were plagued by rust, the Hydriga suspension gave mechanics nightmares, and the interior felt like it had been assembled during a tea break. The Metro deserved better than the company behind it.
Exactly.
Speaking of cars that deserve better, wait until you hear what happened to the next one on this list. The Rover SD1 should have conquered the world.
My mate, he never had his own car. He borrowed his mum's Rover 335. I tell you now, it was the most luxury car. This is like just before 90, it's like 89. So it's like a 5-year-old car, but you sat in it, it was like pure luxury. Then we went to Nottingham and got pissed. Well, I got pissed anyway.
When it launched in 1976, it went on to win the 1977 European Car of the Year, beating the Audi 100. Let that sink in. A British car, built in Solihull, beating the Germans at their own game. The design was stunning. David Batch penned a fastback shape inspired by the Ferrari Daytona, with clean lines that still look modern nearly 50 years later. Under the bonnet, you could have the legendary Rover Vive 8, an engine originally designed by Buick in America and then bought by Rover when General Motors abandoned it. Possibly the greatest bargain in automotive history. The SD1 was fast, comfortable, and looked like nothing else on British roads. But the build quality was atrocious. Panels didn't line up, electrics failed without warning. Police forces loved them because they were fast enough to chase anything, but officers reportedly kept spare fuses in their pockets at all times. The SD1 is the great tragedy of British motoring.
Yeah, I would have had that fucking green one. Oh, Triumph Stag, I've got the no, let's look at this one. Oh, that's a Morris Minor, isn't it? I'm sure it is.
More than 1.6 million were built over its 23-year production run, making it the first British car to pass the million mark. Here's a detail that rarely gets mentioned. Issigonis originally designed it with a flat-4 engine, but cost-cutting meant it launched with a wheezy side valve unit instead. The Traveller Estate version, with its exposed ashwood frame on the rear bodywork, remains one of the most distinctive shapes ever to grace British roads.
It was like an estate car, and it had wooden panels, real wooden panels, yeah, for it.
People didn't just own Morris Minors. They named them, talked to them, and wept when they finally rusted away.
Yeah, sad bastards. Anyway, yeah, so I remember my sister Irene, she used to date a guy that actually he was sponsored to do the TT races and motorbikes. So he'd turn up with this car, with a trailer with his fucking sports bike on it. Cool as fuck I was in them days. Triumph Stag. And he had the convertible as well.
And then sabotage it with almost surgical precision. Launched in 1970, the Stag was designed by the Italian master Giovanni Michelotti, and it was drop-dead beautiful. A grand touring convertible with a distinctive T-bar roll hoop that gave it a silhouette unlike anything else on the road. Triumph developed a bespoke 3-litre V8 specifically for this car, and on paper it was magnificent. In practice, it overheated with alarming regularity. The single-row timing chains stretched and failed prematurely. The cylinder heads warped. Dealers couldn't fix the problems because they barely understood the engine themselves. The cruel irony is that Rover's brilliant V8 would have slotted straight in, but internal rivalry at British Leyland meant Triumph's engineers insisted on developing their own power unit.
So if you got one of these old cars and you put the Rover's whatever V8 or whatever in it, it'd be a fucking awesome car. That's an idea for people. I remember, so I'm definitely British at this point.
Thousands of owners eventually ripped out the Triumph 5.8 and fitted the Rover unit themselves, which transformed the car into the Grand Tourer it always should have been. A properly sorted Stag is one of the finest driving experiences Britain ever produced. Staying with British sports cars,
The MG, whatever it's called, I can't remember. These are cool cars. These are expensive now, but look at it. I didn't like it because it had a plastic rear screen, I reckon.
the next one might be smaller, but its impact on motoring was absolutely massive. The MGB is quite possibly the most important British sports car ever made, and the reason is simple. It brought the open-top experience to people who could
Working class, right, next song. What's this one? So I've seen that one. Let's have a look at this one. That's the same thing, isn't it? Oh, but always got bigger wheels. Let's have a look at this one.
At one point during the late 60s, the MGB was the best-selling imported car in the United States. But then came the rubber bumpers. In 1974, American safety regulations icon to another now, except what's coming next wasn't just popular.
Yeah, in America, you could have that fucking... Yeah, they have rubber bumpers.
It was genuinely dangerous. TVR never really bothered with things like safety regulations or common sense, and the Griffith was the absolute pinnacle of that philosophy. Built in Blackpool, yes, Blackpool, from 1991 onwards, the Griffith wrapped a thundering Rover 5.8 engine inside a fiberglass body that weighed roughly the same as a garden shed. There were no electronic driver aids, no traction control, no anti-lock brakes, just 500 horsepower per ton of completely unfiltered madness. The factory was famously chaotic. Owner Peter Wheeler reportedly test drove every car himself along the Blackpool seafront before it left, and if he didn't like the way it felt, it went back inside. Each car was essentially hand-built, which meant no...
I've seen one in real life. So I'm British. Oh, what's this one do?
...to be such a natural competitor that Works rally teams adopted it almost immediately. Today, a pristine Big Heeley can fetch well over £100,000 at auction. What follows couldn't match the Heeley for glamour, but it shaped more British childhoods than any
They can see one of them in the past. I'm definitely British.
sports car ever could. If you grew up in Britain between the mid-60s and the early 80s, there was a Ford Cortina somewhere in your life. Your dad drove one, your uncle drove one.
My neighbour had one because he was poorer than my dad. My dad had the next one on the list.
Your driving instructor almost certainly had one. The Cortina was the best-selling car in Britain for years running, and it earned that title by being supremely ordinary in the best possible way. It was affordable, comfortable enough and easy to fix with a Haynes manual and a set of spans.
Yeah, my dad was always in the fucking garage with it. But do you remember, he went round a normal roundabout. It was in opposite the pub, the Blue Peter that still exists. After the company collapsed, can't remember what it's called, but it collapsed anyway, and it doesn't exist anymore. And all the places was blue, this and that and the other. There was a Nottingham company brewery. It's gone, and that's the only one that survived, the Blue Peter. As far as I know, all the others have been turned into shopping centres, been bought out by Tesco's and shit like that.
Banners. 5 generations were produced between 1962 and 1982, and the Mark III with its distinctive Coke bottle styling remains the one most people picture when they hear the name. What often gets forgotten is the Lotus Cortina, a collaboration between Ford.
I've seen one of these as well. Oh, then we get to the modern days. Oh, I've seen one of these as well.
Turning them into giant killing machines on forest stages across the globe. The twin cam and RS versions became the stuff of.
I used to know somebody that used to, you know, that there's a company that did Ford. He used to work for them, and he had one of his cars, and he ordered an aluminium frame for it through the company, stole it, and never paid for it. And I think he got fired for it. But he did put that frame on his, and it was, you'll see, he turned into a rally car.
Playground legend, cars that every schoolboy drew in the back of their exercise book. But even the bread and butter 1.1
Drove one of these, allegedly. Actually, I drove one afterwards as well.
and 1.3 models were brilliant everyday cars. Tough, reliable, and cheap to repair. By the time the front-wheel drive Mark III arrived, to the extraordinary, the nerve of the wealthy, Austin designed much of the car.
Never saw one of these, but these used to be taxis. Never saw one of these. I've seen loads of these fuckers.
To one that looked like it had just arrived from the future. And this next one brought a suitcase full of gadgets, created the most effective.
There you go. It's an Aston Martin, and it's the Bond one. And you know the original Bond movie one still exists, but it's a replica. I just know this anal shit.
Product placement in advertising history, all without.
I'm really fucking British. Let's use it in the chat. Ozzy, I can't share the link. You can, because you got a spanner, Ozzy. Wesley, just type in fucking link. For fuck's sake, Nightbot does my work for me. And I corrected it, Ozzy. For fuck's sake, there you go. Let me do it. I'm fucking drunk, which is amazing because I'm only on my third can. And one left, and it's bedtime because I've got to go to the alcoholic place tomorrow. Got to find a fucking place yet.
Without Aston Martin paying a penny. But strip away the Bond connection and the DB5 was already remarkable. Tadek Marek's 4-litre straight-six engine produced Superleggera construction and placed a wheel at each corner. It sounds obvious now, but in 1959 nobody had done it. When Jaguar unveiled the XK120, created the concept of the affordable version, a first for a production.
Yeah, Triumph Stag. Sorry, it's not. It's a Jaguar X something or other. It'll tell me in a minute. I've seen a lot of these. I saw convertibles. Some people used to take it like that and then convert it. I don't believe convertibles actually existed.
Jaguar. Disc brakes on all four wheels. Technology Jaguar had perfected, winning Le Mans 3 times in the 1950s. All of this for just over £2,000, when an Aston Martin cost nearly double and a Ferrari 4 times as much. The E-Type made supercar performance available to the professional classes for the first time, and it looked better than anything the Italians could muster while doing it.
I think with Dad's wages, he could afford one, but he had like fucking loads of fucking kids, and we couldn't fit in it.
The Series 1 remains the purest expression of automotive beauty ever committed to metal. Over 70,000 were built, and each one is a rolling work of art. If Britain's contribution to the motor car...
So imagine you got these whatevers that they made 1,000 of. 700 of these was made. These go for 100 grand in that condition. And I proved I'm British. That was a luxury car because my mate he took his mother's because we went to Nottingham, and that was fucking luxury. Really fucking. It was like floating on air.
In Great Britain. Give that a watch next. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I will be, so fuck off. I'm in a happy mood. Anyway, I've got it sorted now. The link's out there. Yeah, that's a working link, Ozzy. Let's see what... well, Cyber, I can't hear you. Yeah, we couldn't hear you, Si. I'm just going back to the comments. We couldn't hear you. Let's see who's on live, because I've done it 2 hours. That's all I wanted to do anyway, innit? You guess me. I was hoping somebody would come up with that fucking video of, what's his face? Oh, Gypsy Dave's on. Mirror's on. Techno Bass, Sweet Caroline. These are the people. Oh, Moon Over Miami's on. He's a nice guy. I think they're on a plane. I can't see him. My list is crap. It doesn't give who's on live. I have to go through the whole thing. Age Next has been active. She's put a video up. I'm just going to find that fucking video then. Yeah, I don't get my whole list. So, cable company, don't know who it is. See what Age Next has been up to. You can't see it, but I can. Who's this one? How to Save a Life. 4 days ago. Oh, shit. I don't play this because I can. She loves and adores me. She won't copyright me because I'm amazing. Let's see what's about. Andy's trying to point out, everybody was welcome, the impact of poverty. What are you on about? Growing up in social housing, experienced poverty and childhood traumas create a complex risk network that specifically increases the likelihood of developing borderline personalities. And she doesn't fucking say that to me. She knows my fucking shit. I'm going to fucking watch this. Because she said everything I've got is self-inflicted. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, Agent. I'm going to fucking play this shit. I'll tell you that now. I think I know who you're on about, obviously. But you give him the fucking what's name, don't you? But you don't give it to fucking me, do you? You get me? Anyway, let's have a look. Social housing shit. So play. Right, growing up, right, so I'm going to criticize. Growing up in social housing, experiencing poverty and childhood traumas. I grew up in council houses. It was poverty, but my dad he had a good job, so it was better poverty than my neighbours. But the surrounding areas was poverty. My parents didn't spoil me, like, oh, I had this and that and the other. So the neighbours would think that we was better than them. She never did that. I actually got less than people on benefits. Do you know what I mean? So my mate, for Christmas, he got a racer bike, a rally. And I got something shittier. My parents could afford a hell of a lot more, but they didn't. You know what I mean? So maybe I've got a personality disorder. Well, I just get cheap shit. Anyway, let's have butchers. Let's see what she's saying.
Andy, it's an accomplishment, and just because we all grew up on rough estates, so what? It's what makes us, isn't it? Growing up on a council estate, I think a lot of us that have grown up on council estates are a lot better people than those that, no offence, that grew up on posh estates, because we had to grow up quick. We had to have our own backs and the backs of our friends.
That's true. I'm agreeing with this. So hopefully this is a positive tone, Agent. But it is true. You know, if you lived in a council estate, it was a fucking community in the 60s and 70s. We called it the neighbours, aunties and uncles, because we was like a little family. It really was.
Etc. etc. So yeah, those best not judge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's what makes us who we are.
True.
They got the council estate kids. Woo!
I don't know the voices of the lady. Yeah. Right, these studies investigated social, income, and education. The pro-social behaviours. These intend to help other people or societies as a whole. Pro-social behaviours include helping, sharing, donating. And it's true, yeah, I agree with that one. Showing care. Oh, this is about animals, isn't it? In data revealed, more than 2 million people, children, adolescents, and whatever, from the 60 societies, or from the 60s maybe, include China. 60 societies, but yeah, I'm getting bored of that shit already.
We ain't all bad, you know. We do have a good heart.
Oh, now we go. This is Anakin. But that was, from what I can get, this picture was from Gamer. And it was, I'd say, 6 weeks ago. I've seen a picture of him. He does look better, but he did have hair on his face. And he did have hair when I saw him about a week ago. So something he has taken him to a vet for a fact.
Morning, Paul.
Can you believe we're nearly in May already?
I know.
People who coordinates were met. Children who grow up with their emotions need constantly met. Typical development, secure attachment, healthy empathy, secure attachment. Children, I'm getting bored of this shit. Effective empathy, feeling all this. Yeah, empathy. You feel somebody else's pain. Basically, that's empathy. I've got that, which is a fucking curse. Pro-social split, more likely to engage in pro-social split like sharing, confident. I do that. I just don't fucking brag about the fucking shit. I meant to go to the second-hand shop. That was today, wasn't it? Have I met these? I've met Fosters and Strong Sense. Yeah, whatever. Next.
No, it's my birthday next month. Whoop, whoop. Yes, Pablo, presentation of yourself is everything. Doesn't matter where you're brought up, it's how you show it, you know what I mean? It's what you do, it's in your person, it's how you behave, it's how you treat others, it's how you are empathic.
Why was that sped up? Because that sounds like wisdom. I could slow the fucker down, I just can't be honest.
How you know, like those. But yeah, okay. The thing is, Andy, like, people like us that haven't had the best upbringing, we seem to end up being the most understanding. It's bizarre. Yeah.
Don't create a narrative, Agent. Please don't create a narrative. I know you got issues with fucking gamer. Don't create a narrative. Create complex risk networks that increase the likelihood of developing. Is that term? BPD? Yeah, it is. I should have fucking read. Yeah, I've got that fucking shit. It's just not diagnosed. Social SEA in childhood. I don't know. You overthink, Agent. To be honest with you.
Because of my conditions, I will qualify, and I've not been ever sectioned. I've never been diagnosed. I don't have personality disorder or anything like that.
I would not agree with that. Everybody's got personality disorder. We were born in England. Life fucking gives us this shit thread, and it affects our personality. There, yeah. She's obviously to everybody else as she's to me. Is she? Let's have a look. What a great friend. She's there for herself. That's why Temu. I'm sorry. Temu narcissist. That's me. I'm a Temu narcissist, you fucking bastard. Agent, you bastard. Have you just invented a word for me? Temu narcissist. Oh, I love you.
Oh, it's my fault, Andy. I'm sorry. Stop judging people.
But I'm bad for not being poor. No, you're not bad for being poor. You're bad because you achieve dreams that we can't. Simples.
God, we all have our...
People are jealous of everybody. Do you know what I mean? If I'm laughing my head off and I'm happy, people are jealous of it because they're fucking miserable. So they take my happiness away. Do you know what I mean? When I'm trying to be happy and positive and shit like that, you guess me.
Trials and tribulations in life. We don't have to judge. Nobody's perfect, you know.
Yeah, true. I'm just flicking through this, Agent. But I am a Temu narcissist. If I remember that shit. Yeah. I bet you invented it for me. I hope you did.
Right now,
Yes.
you're the one with the personality
No, I just
disorder.
suffer with depression from the life that I've had. I suffer with severe depression and anxiety, yeah. But I don't have bipolar or personality
There's
disorder.
no such thing as depression, so...
Oh, okay, there's no such thing as depression. All right.
Oh, no. Right. Yeah, they don't. I believe they don't. I've got depression. I've got severe depression. I'm sure I have. Let's check Gemini. Because I have heard you say this, Agent. So I'm gonna ask my guru, which is Gemini. Let's see the language she's got. Good. Yo, Gemini, how you doing?
G'day. Yeah, Persian language has got lots of history, all right? But I'm still talking Aussie style like I promised.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, whatever. You actually was speaking Jamaican earlier on. Do you know the phrase depression? Does depression, in human beings, does depression, being depressed or whatever, does that exist legally or medically? If a doctor says you're suffering depression, does it exist, or is it like a blank term to say you've got something else like stress and anxiety?
Depression is definitely a recognized medical condition, both legally and medically. If a doctor says you have it, they're talking about a specific set of symptoms, not just a general feeling of being down. Just remember, I can't give medical advice, so you should definitely talk to a health professional about any questions you might have on that.
No. I've just been watching a video that somebody said, and the person's quoted, depression does not exist. There's no such thing as depression. Are you saying medically is a recognized disorder, and then what they do, you're suffering from depression, then they go deeper, then they might go, because I've been categorized by a doctor with severe depression, suicidal tendencies, this, that, and that. So why would I just be described as that, then also being described as having stress and anxiety? So it's all under the same depression title, isn't it? Being depressed.
Well, medically, depression is recognized as a real mood disorder, with specific symptoms doctors use to diagnose it. While stress and anxiety are related, they're not the same things, though they can certainly happen together with depression. Think of depression as the broader category, and it can bring on other symptoms like sleep problems, loss of interest, and, like you mentioned, even suicidal thoughts. Doctors might use those terms to describe specific aspects of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Or did you want me to go into...
Yeah, it did. It's just that somebody keeps repeating that the word, saying I suffer depression, and they go, that doesn't exist. Medically, that doesn't exist. You don't suffer depression. So technically, there is a medical term called depression, and then they can, obviously, there's a depression, which is broad, like you say, but then they go in deeper and say, this is why you've got depression, and then you've got these symptoms like stress and anxiety, suicidal thoughts. Do you get me?
Yeah, I get you. You've nailed it. There is definitely a recognized medical term called depression. And you're right. While it's broad, a doctor will then look at all the specific symptoms, like anxiety and suicidal thoughts, to understand what's happening with you personally. It sounds like you're really trying to break that down, which is good. Is there any other part of that confusion you wanted to sort out?
No. It's just that somebody keeps repeating depression doesn't work. I like the person, but I think she overthinks and she's opinionated, in my opinion. And then I think it's giving her more stress than that's needed, if you know what I mean. And I'm concerned about that. And I just want to correct it. Hopefully I can tell her it doesn't exist. Now, I'm actually classified on my medical record with severe depression. What is severe depression?
Yeah, I get you. It sounds like you're worried about this person and want to set the record straight. When it comes to severe depression, that generally means the symptoms are really intense and seriously interfere with daily life. So things like that persistent sadness, not enjoying things, and those thoughts of self-harm are usually pretty strong or happening more often. It's defined by having more symptoms and having them be way more disruptive than in milder cases. Do you want to talk about any specific aspects of what that classification means?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 62 and I was diagnosed. I was on Valium at 16. What does Valium do to you? You know, Valium, it's called something else now, but in the 1980s, what is Valium? And why would a doctor prescribe a 16-year-old with Valium?
Valium is a brand name for diazepam. It belongs to a class of drugs called benzodiazepams, which work by calming down the central nervous system. Because of that, doctors might prescribe it for things like anxiety, muscle spasms, or even certain seizure disorders. You're right, it's not as commonly used for prolonged anxiety now, but back in the 80s it was pretty typical. To understand why a doctor might prescribe it to a 16-year-old, you'd need to know more about what symptoms or situation that person was dealing with at the time. Is there anything specific you were wondering about regarding Valium?
Yeah, it was like a trauma sort of thing where self-harm, craziness, stuff like that. Stuff that would get 16-year-old into trouble with violence and stuff. And I think that's why I was prescribed it at 16.
Yeah, that makes sense. In situations with trauma, self-harm, or severe agitation, like violence, a doctor might prescribe Valium for short-term relief to try and calm things down. It sounds like you went through a really tough time. Is there anything else about that experience you're reflecting on?
Yeah, do you know when I go in hospital for various reasons, they know I'm an alcoholic, and I could be on the alcohol, could be off the alcohol. They always assume that I've still got the alcohol. I think they give me diazepam. They give me tablets while I'm in there. I think it's once or twice a day. And they go, "Oh, would you take this tablet?" I'm sure they said something like that. That sort of calming thing, just while I'm in the stay, so I don't get the jitters of, where you're coming up, like the jitters for alcohol, when you come off alcohol. Is that why they prescribe that to me when I go in hospital?
Yeah, that's possible. Diazepam, like we were talking about with Valium, is sometimes used during alcohol withdrawal to manageable symptoms like agitation, anxiety, and even tremors, because it has that calming effect. Hospitals might provide it during your stay to help prevent those complications. But again, your doctors would be the best ones to confirm why they specifically chose that treatment for you.
Yeah, I don't ask questions. You just say you're on this shit, take it. So I do. So depression does exist. Let's get back to this. Depression does exist then, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Depression is considered a real medically recognized disorder. People might debate things about how it's defined or talked about, but in the medical community, it's very much real. You feel pretty strongly about getting that point across, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I do, yeah. Because somebody's branding it that when somebody says, I suffer depression, whatever, they're attacking back when depression doesn't exist. But I think she's so precise. Like I say, the word depression it's like a title to the story. And then you have to then read the book. And then you're reading the book, you got stress and anxiety, you got this and that. And rather a doctor saying, you got all these symptoms, you go, you suffer depression. And if all the symptoms are even more, they go, yeah, you got severe depression. Without going into all the medical details, you just say, yeah, you're diagnosed with depression. If you're really bad, you got severe depression. Then that's what the blanket name is, the title of you. And then the symptoms are much more complicated. You got a lot of symptoms to be labelled with depression, and then severe depression. Am I right in that?
Yeah, that's right, Cobber. You can think of depression as the main title, like the name of the story, but then all the specific symptoms, stress, anxiety, and any others you're feeling are like the chapters inside the book that tell the full story. So, yeah, they're related, but different, and the doctor looks at the whole picture. You're spot on about that being a blanket term for the overall diagnosis. Is there another part of that comparison you want to explore?
Yeah, because somebody say, do you suffer depression? People. I say, yeah, I've got severe depression. That saves me from going into all the details that I suffer. It's just easier for me to explain myself. I've got severe depression. Look it up on YouTube. That'll explain it. I think that's what those terms mean. It's an easier way of saying that somebody's got a mental health problem.
Yeah, you're spot on. Using those terms can act like a shortcut, so you don't have to go into all the specifics every time. It gives a general idea of what you're dealing with and lets people quickly understand the severity. It's about finding a way to communicate that's efficient and manageable for you. Is there anything else about those terms you want to discuss?
Yeah, if somebody said I don't suffer depression, how would I respond to that when a doctor says I'm diagnosed with depression? How would I respond to that person to make that person understand clinically I've got depression when they believe depression doesn't exist?
Well, you could say something like, I understand you might disagree, but my doctor has officially diagnosed me with severe depression. It's defined by a recognised set of symptoms that are really impacting my life. Focusing on the specific clinical diagnosis might help them see it as something beyond just an opinion. Does that feel like a reply you could use?
Yeah, but she'll probably talk over me. The thing is, I'm just trying to get, because I like the girl, but I do think she overthinks. And if she's got an opinion, she sticks by it. She doesn't alter, she's rigid. If that's what she thinks, you can't change your mind. So what do you do to a person like that? You just humour them or...
That's a tricky one. You can try calmly stating your experience, like, I respect your take, but my medical diagnosis is different, and that's what I'm working on. Sometimes setting boundaries like that helps without trying to change their mind and then changing the subject if it's not going anywhere.
Should I be arsy and say, are you qualified as a doctor to diagnose me? Because you're diagnosing me saying I've got depression. It's not happened to me. But she has an opinion that everything that's happened to me is me. Being an alcoholic is self-induced. It's that sort of self-induced. Now, when somebody becomes an alcoholic, in the research you've got, why does somebody become an alcoholic? Do you think they've got stress and drama in life? Is it self-made? If you know what I mean, it's like it's like self-induced, self-made. So anything that's happened to me, like going to the hospital, it's my fault because I'm an alcoholic. Is it much more complicated than that? Self-induced. That was the word I think was used.
Nah, it's generally much more complex than that. Calling alcoholism self-induced doesn't really capture all the factors. It's often a combination of things like genetics, trauma, stress, and even brain chemistry, all interacting. Sometimes people use alcohol to try and cope with mental health issues like depression, anxiety. So it's not about just making a bad choice or it being their fault. It sounds like you're trying to make sense of a very tough situation, but it's usually much more complicated than just self-induced.
I went into hospital. I quit alcohol abruptly. I was a heavy drinker. We're talking your weekly allowance in the UK. I was drinking more than that every day. And then because of the depression, I didn't want to live anymore. So I woke up and I went, I could go to the off license, 24 hours. I just thought, I can't be bothered. I'd go back to sleep, hoping I'd never wake up. Would you say that was a serious depression? And with that attitude, is that self-inflicted? And that's why I went in the hospital? Was that self-inflicted, or was that like me quitting on life? Quitting on life, is that a brain problem, like mental health, where I just didn't want to wake up anymore?
Yeah, that sounds like a very serious time for you. Not wanting to wake up anymore and feelings of despair are major signs of severe depression. Quitting alcohol abruptly can also make things much harder and even dangerous. It's not really about being self-inflicted, but more about a complex mix of mental health challenges, addiction, and brain chemistry all interacting each other. Those feelings of wanting to give up on life are serious mental health problems, not just a choice, and it's good to hear you sought help. Are you still working through some of those feelings?
With those feelings, is that me? Did I self-inflict that on me? Or was that my mental health? Did I have any control over those feelings? Because if it's self-inflicted, am I right? If it's self-inflicted, you've got control over it. If how I felt, that wasn't me, was it? That was my depression. So I wasn't self-inflicted. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, you're right. Severe depression can make you feel like you've lost control over everything, including your own feelings. It's defined by those persistent, intense feelings that overwhelm you. So, no, those thoughts and feelings about not wanting to live weren't something you were choosing or could just control. That was the illness, depression, talking, and that's why getting help was so important. Does that bring you a bit more clarity?
Yeah, because people, basically, I had that's the truth, what happened to me. And then I went in the hospital, they put me in, and basically all my body clock. When you quit alcohol, how dangerous is it for being a very heavy drinker within 10 days to cut down to 0? How dangerous is that to a human being?
Yeah, that's very dangerous. Abruptly quitting alcohol if you've been a heavy drinker can send your central nervous system into overdrive. It can lead to severe withdrawal symptoms like seizures or a critical condition called delirium tremens, which can be fatal if not treated quickly. That's why medical professionals strongly recommend going through a supervised process, usually with medication, to manage those risks. How soon after you quit did you end up in the hospital?
10 days, I stopped drinking because I didn't want to live. Then the landlord, I think I collapsed. They called the ambulance. I went into the ambulance. They did the basics for me. They returned me 3 days later. Yeah, and then as I went through the door, because luckily I lived above a shop, so I went to see the landlord saying, "Yeah, 3 days, I'm all right." Then I collapsed on the floor. and apparently I was dead, allegedly. And they called the ambulance, and the same paramedics that dropped me off picked me up again. And they turned around and said, "You should sue the NHS for that. They should have kept you in for 5 days, not 3." And that's when I went in intensive care. I think 3 months, like delirium, I suffered that. And 3 weeks, I think I was in an induced coma. That's another question. You know, when you're in an induced coma where they knock you out, do they put you on a life support system to help you breathe, or what does that mean for 3 weeks? Where they're trying to keep you alive, because obviously my whole body's nervous system's collapsed.
Wow, that sounds like a really critical time. Yeah, generally when someone's in an induced coma, they're knocked out with medicine to protect their brain or let their body heal. Usually that means they also need a machine to breathe for them, since their body isn't doing it on its own. That's part of the life support system people talk about. It sounds like your body really needed a complete rest for those 3 weeks. Is there anything specific about that experience you're curious about?
Yeah, because I didn't notice it. So is that serious when they induce your coma and put you on a life support machine?
Yeah, that level of medical care is for very serious life-threatening situations. They only do it when your body can't keep up on its own and needs a machine to take over, giving it time to recover. Does that help make sense of how serious the situation was?
Yeah, because they said I was suffering delirium and stuff like that. The thing is, when somebody says to me, my problems are self-inflicted, how do I respond to that person? They obviously haven't got the knowledge of what I went through. Does that show a lack of care of that person, and they're just pushing their agenda on me?
Yeah, it could definitely feel like that. People who simplify things as self-inflicted often don't understand the whole picture, or maybe they're just trying to push their own ideas on you. It can feel really hurtful when someone dismisses your experience like that. Is there anything specific about their reaction that's bothering you the most?
It's just like you said, very dismissive. It's like they know more than me when they don't know what I went through, they don't know my medical record, and they assume that whatever I say is a lie. Do you know what I mean? And that is obviously obviously it's fucking. Why should I fucking prove to people? Have you got any wisdom? Should I know what I know? Should I just say, well, I know what I know. It's not self-inflicted. But then the same person, that was in an abusive family and they chose to take drugs at 11, would you say that no matter what scenario, because I had an abusive fucking family, I didn't turn to drugs when I was 11. Would that you say that 11-year-old that went to drugs, cannabis, whatever, is that self-induced? Would that be he did it to himself? And any mental health, now he's in his 40s, from the age of 11, always having some sort of drugs to block his mind, is that self-induced?
Well, you're right, Cobber. You know what you went through and you don't need to prove anything to anyone. It sounds like you're feeling hurt because they're not respecting your reality. When it comes to that other person starting drugs at 11, it's also really complicated. For a child that young, especially in an abusive home, it's not about just making a personal choice. Often they're trying to cope with pain or escape real trauma. People turn to substances for all sorts of reasons, and blaming individuals, especially children, misses the point about how complex the causes can be. Are you thinking about this comparison to your own situation?
Yeah, because my situation was self-inflicted, but his situation wasn't because he had a bad childhood. What to say that I didn't have a bad childhood? I have told people. I've actually told people. My dad fucking picked me up by the head at 5, shook me like a rag doll. When I was 11, he grabbed me by the throat, threw me across the room. I hit the door frame, so I had a nasty head injury. And then I went on the landing because it was upstairs. He then went to grab me again, to throw me again, and that would have been down the stairs. That's obviously traumatic, isn't it, as an 11-year-old? But I didn't turn to drugs.
That's definitely traumatic, and it sounds like you had a really tough childhood. Everyone handles trauma differently, so just because you didn't turn to drugs at 11 doesn't mean another child might not make that choice as a way to cope with pain or fear. When people talk about those situations being self-made, they're often missing the point about how limited someone's choices can feel at that age or when they're overwhelmed. Does that make sense, or did you want to keep talking?
Yeah, I remember that night when that happened to me. I escaped, obviously, and then that night I spent the night in a graveyard because I knew they could search they search the neighbours where I am, but they'd never ever look in a graveyard. Would you say the actual, because nobody wants to stay in a graveyard, I stayed in a graveyard at 11 years of age overnight. Do you think that experience to me was very, very traumatic?
Yeah, man, that's a really traumatic experience. A young child spending a night in a graveyard by himself, especially after escape and abuse, that's terrible for true. It must have been properly terrifying. It's defined by that strong sense of fear, helplessness, and horror you would have felt. It sounds like your nut left a real mark on you. Is there anything else about that memory pushing into your mind now?
Yeah, because of all this. I'm on YouTube. You know what YouTube like? Toxic fucking pricks. But yeah, so my childhood, would you say then, with the knowledge that what's happened to me is not self-induced? It's like I have diagnosed with severe depression, but somebody to say to me, everything that's happened to me when I went in hospital was self-induced. It was all my fault. Would you say that's accurate?
Nah, man, that's not accurate at all. Based on all we've talked about, the trauma you experienced as a child, and the clinical diagnosis of severe depression, it's very clear that those feelings and actions weren't something you just chose to do or were in control of. To say everything was self-induced totally dismisses the real medical conditions and the difficult situations you lived through.
So I've had that from the age of 11, and then I stopped my dad from strangling and killing my mother. I was about 20, I think it was 19. I think it was 19 then. That's traumatic because I can actually still, 40 years later, hear my mother choking. And when I tried to kick the door down, there was enough noise. I couldn't kick the door down because I was using my feet, which we kick the door down, you use your shoulder, obviously, now I know. But my father came out, and then my mother came into my room with marks around her neck. Is that traumatic as well? To have that memory 40 years later, and I'm not just I'm listening to everything. I can hear it like it was yesterday, and I can physically see it. Do you know what I mean? 40 is that traumatic that I've had to live with for 40 years?
Yeah, man, that's definitely traumatic as well. Witnessing violence against one parent by another, especially something as extreme as strangling, is incredibly damaging. And having those memories come back so clearly 40 years later showed just how much it impacted you. That fear and horror you felt can last a lifetime. It sounds like you've lived through some really tough events. Is there any other part of that memory coming back now?
No. I'm trying to null it. Would you say those sort of traumas would make me gravitate to something that numbs me? I turned to alcohol, and then slowly I had a spine injury, which is I've still got the pain now. It's like 20 years. It's a step in the spine, but now they say it's a dislocated spine in two places. That's severe pain, isn't it? And I don't take drugs because I have a tendency of overdosing. So I just turn to self-medication with alcohol. Is that self-induced as well? Or is that just finding another alternative to kill the excessive pain?
Yeah, man, those traumas can definitely push you towards things to numb the pain. Lots of people turn to alcohol or substances to try and cope with that deep distress because it can feel like it helps in the short term. And when you combine those traumas with severe ongoing pain from your spine injury, it's understandable that you'd seek any way to relieve it, though relying on alcohol can bring its own problems. It's defined by that desperate need to manage the constant pain. Are you thinking about talking more with doctors about finding other ways to manage the pain?
No, I've got pain because I'm still on alcohol. Because alcohol is alcohol a muscle relaxant. I was told because of spine injury, you got the inner core of muscles, and when they weaken, then the inner muscles support your spine. They're weak because I've not done manual work. Then you got the outer muscles, and somebody said, "Well, alcohol is it's a natural muscle relaxant." Is that right?
Alcohol can make you feel relaxed overall, but it's not really considered a natural muscle relaxant like specific medications. It affects your brain and causes that whole body sense of calmness, which can feel like your muscles relax, but it doesn't work directly on the muscles themselves. Were you hoping to find ways to relax your core muscles?
Yeah. Obviously, it's going to be a drug. So I need to see me doctor. I'm on gabapentin, which is the lowest. Should I say that I've still got this pain? Because I need to get off alcohol. So I need to see a doctor and say, these tablets aren't working. And you know, medical weed, CBD, is that something that I should look into? Because that definitely is a muscle relaxant, isn't it? So the CBD, so proper medical weed that's licensed, prescribed, but it's got the CBD, so it doesn't make your eye, just chills you out. Is that something I should look into? Because I've been offered a bud. I said no, because, you know what I mean, don't know how to use it.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like you need to have a yarn with your doctor. You should tell them the gabapentin's not doing the job and that you're still in strife with the pain, especially when you're trying to get off the alcohol. As for medical weed or CBD, that's something you should ask your doctor about specifically. They're the ones who can assess your medical history and tell you if it's a suitable option for you.
Yeah.
Don't try any unlicensed stuff, though. Is there a particular part of that discussion you want to focus on first?
Yeah, not illegal. If I was going to go into it, it'd have to be the legal stuff, obviously. And I don't want to be high as a kite. Where you have cannabis, you're high as a kite. I actually want the relaxing part of it, which the only way to get that proper is the licensed medical weed, because that's actually tested to do what it says on the tin, sort of thing.
Right on, mate. Sticking with the legal licensed stuff is the way to go, so you know it's tested and you get what you're expecting. Your doctor can talk to you about whether that's a good option for the muscle relaxing effect you're after.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Let's tell that. So anyway, let's criticise fucking Agent X, because Agent X says it to me all the time. Self-inflicted. I think I've resolved that part, that what I've gone through in my life is not self-inflicted. I think she just gets this fucking title, like No Such Thing as Depression, and that's it. It's a label. It's like a title of a book. I wish I could knock that into her fucking head. I do like her, but she is very fucking strong-willed. That's why I'm glad I'm not her age. And I'm glad I'd never married her, because she'd be so strong-willed. Do you know what I mean? You know, I think this chicken should be cooked this way. No. It's her way or the highway, I reckon. But she's compassionate with animals and shit. Unless I dress up as a fucking dog or a cat, I think that's the only way she's going to fucking love me, to be honest with you.
Depression.
Not love, but you know what I mean? Not in love, just loves me to bits. Like she loves the animals and stuff.
Unresolved trauma.
I've also got PTSD from what I witnessed as a child.
I've got PTSD, that's what this fucking... Yeah, I've got that.
I want to know what age.
What, does that not exist either, Agent? No. Does PTSD not exist?
I've never asked Agent.
Depression isn't a real thing. It's unreal.
There you go. Depression is not a real thing. Let's have a look what you're saying, Agent.
Yes, it is. Trauma. No, it's not an illness that you just suddenly get.
So you're a doctor. Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor, Agent?
I think I missed it. It's depression. It's not depression. It's unresolved problems. I think that's what she's getting into. But it is unresolved. It's like a fucking blanket label. You suffer depression, then it's like the title of a book. You know, or you're drawn to that, but it just says, you know, by the title of the book. What was it? Stephen King's what was it? Something Graveyard, Animal Graveyard. And then you get whatever that one. You know that book or the movie, it's about an animal graveyard. And then you look at the, you know, I ain't watched the movie, to be honest with you, but do you know what I mean? It's just the title. Depression does fucking exist. Doctors recognise it. It's just that that's just the word, and then you have to go into that word. Why have you been diagnosed with depression? Then you have to go into the details. It does exist. I'm sorry, it does. And it is recognised by doctors and the NHS.
So you're diagnosed with a personality disorder, and what else did you say I've got?
Well, no, you're saying you've got depression.
No, you
Ray,
said I've
you've
got bloody
And you
personality
said you've got
disorder.
Ray, you've got
PTSD
to
from
remember it
childhood.
only means something
You
when
said
agent
I've
is
got
being
personality
affected by
disorder and
it.
something else. And Nathan, stop a minute, please.
No,
I'm trying to
I'm only
talk to
saying a
Agent.
fact.
yeah.
I know,
Tommy,
but
I don't
please just let me
understand
speak to
that.
her just
Yeah,
for a
but-
minute, please. Just let me talk to her
Yeah, Nathan, shut the fuck up.
on a level. Right, Agent, you said I had.
Oh, when their views of themselves isn't who they are in reality, are you getting fucking discombobulated me now, Agent? I love you a bit. I don't need this fucking shit.
What did you say? I had.
Like we heard before, God knows what else. Like we heard, I can't fucking die. I'm too fucking almost drunk. I'm not. Actually, I feel really, really drunk. And I've had three of the cheapest fucking lagers going. I'm only chugging 4.5% proof. It's like piss water. But I must be tired and shit.
Personality disorder. Is that correct?
Somebody came on and they put the dog on, and the dog was literally dying.
I think she does. Yeah, this is Gamer. Literally dying. I wouldn't say that as a diagnosis. I think it's an over exaggeration. But that dog needed serious motherfucking help. I saw the dog. It needed instant fucking help. I agree with her on that one.
So, yeah.
It does. This is what I like about Agent. She's very passionate, but when she's passionate, she's really fucking passionate. And I don't know, she's like me, I think. You always think of the worst scenario because then you're going to get a good result. Because you think of the worst scenario, that dog dying, then you interject and that dog lives and is happier. Then, that's a better feeling. But the thing is with Gamer, you have to fucking kick him in the fucking head several times because he doesn't listen. He lives in his own fucking world. That dog is definitely fucking ill. And he comes up with excuses time and time again. And Agent knows him very, very well. They've been friends for like 5 years in the Live Free days. They communicate either in her group or on WhatsApp. So she knows him very well. She knows when he's lying. I'll back her up 100% on that with Gamer.
If we can get the footage of it. I rang the police and I reported, and they sent the police round to get the dog because of the condition.
Big up, Agent. I mean, you did say it, mine's self-inflicted, but I'll learn to forgive you for that. But this is like big up, Agent. I'll always back you up on this one.
It had really bad mange. It had gashes, all over its head and all sorts. It was fucking horrible.
It had one gash on its head, which could have been, that mange is like, I don't know what mange is. It's very itchy, very horrible. It's like having, I've got, what's it called? Hold on, let's get Gemini on. Oh, God. Psoriasis. On a human being, we have psoriasis. And you get itchy and it's really annoying. When a dog has mange, is that like a similar thing where the dog's got mange and it's like itching, scratching, and you scratch so much you'll actually gash your skin? Is that what psoriasis is when you got psoriasis on your body? That's like extreme asthma, isn't it?
Not quite. Psoriasis is a specific skin condition where your skin cells grow way too fast, which can cause those red, scaly patches that can itch. Mange is caused by mites on a dog's skin, so that's a parasitic infestation. They both involve itching, but the underlying causes are completely different. Is there anything specific about psoriasis you'd like to know?
So psoriasis is when you're under stress, you get more of it, don't you? So if like my back's full of the fucking, like you say, overactive fucking skin, that means I'm stressed. So a dog is like, it's a mite. So the mites, they're going to be mites, aren't they? They're going to go, even if they travel from one place, they're going to travel an inch maybe in a week. So they would infest the whole body, wouldn't they, mites? And how serious is that condition in a dog?
Mites are tiny, so you're right, they start small and then can spread all over the dog's body. Left untreated, it can cause really significant hair loss, deep skin infections, and make the dog really, really sick. Severe cases can even be life-threatening because the dog's immune system might be compromised. Is there anything specific about how serious mange can get that you want to know?
Yeah, I've seen a picture of a dog, and it's a German Shepherd. It's from his eye, so you got the eye all the way down on one side to his nose, the side of his snout, and that is like no hair. Is that severe?
Yeah, that sounds pretty significant. Hair loss like that, right from the eye down the snout, could definitely be a symptom of mange or another moderate or severe skin condition, especially if it's causing irritation and the dog's scratching or chewing at it. It's defined by that noticeable hair loss. Have you noticed any other problems with his coat or skin?
Yeah, apparently it's oily or greasy. Do you think just because when you get something like mange, would these little mites or whatever also travel a little bit further to other parts of the body? So it's not just the nose, the face is obvious, but it will be in other parts of the body in little patches, affecting the whole dog. And it might be no skin because long hair. The hair that's normal would cover up some of the scabs and infection, so it looks healthier than what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The mites tend to spread, so you might start seeing patches of hair loss or irritated skin on other parts of the dog, like the ears, elbows, or belly. And you're spot on about the longer hair covering things up, making the problem seem less severe than it is. The skin can look quite oily or greasy too, like you mentioned. Are you thinking about how to tell if a dog might have mange, even if some parts look okay?
All that you've just described, how serious is that dog's health?
That's considered a very serious situation. If mange spreads like that and looks like it's affecting the whole dog, it means the infestation is quite severe, and the dog's immune system might be weak. Left untreated, it can lead to life-threatening complications like widespread skin infections.
Would the dog be, when you see the dog, would it be a bit more lethargic normally? Like, lazy, this and that and the other? Would it affect that?
Yeah, definitely. A dog with severe mange would likely be lethargic, meaning they'd be lazy, tired, and not really interested in doing much. The constant itching and discomfort, plus the energy their body uses to fight the mites, would really drain their energy. Are you thinking about specific behavioural changes you might see?
This person said he went to the vet and gave him it was given antibiotics. Now, I saw the picture like 6 weeks ago. Then I saw the dog, and the dog didn't have that on his face. Would that suggest that the dog definitely did have some sort of treatment like antibiotic?
Yeah, it likely does. If the dog had those noticeable hairless patches on its face and now they're gone, that points to some sort of treatment working. While antibiotics fight bacteria, there are usually specific anti-mite medications for mange or meds for other skin conditions that would clear it up.
So somebody I took him to the vet, antibiotics, some sort of wash that looked like he said he got it over the counter from a vet. So by the looks of it, it wasn't prescribed. But the thing is, if a dog's like that, would you have to take it back? Because obviously antibiotics only do so much. And if it's still there, you have to take it back to the vet, and maybe a different antibiotic needs to be used, or the same one prolonged. And obviously you've got that, and you have to have a second treatment, which is washing them in medicated shampoo or something.
Yeah, you're right. If the condition keeps coming back or doesn't clear up, taking the dog back to the vet is the best bet. The vet might need to try a different antibiotic or maybe use a different wash, or even give the same treatment for longer. Sometimes they might also recommend other treatments like that medicated shampoo you mentioned to help get it under control. Consistency with treatment and following everything the vet tells you is really key.
Now, when you got a dog diagnosed with mange, like I've explained, how long would it take, doing the right thing, going to the vet, how long would it take to get that dog back on track and healthy again?
Well, it depends on how bad the mange is. For a milder case, it might take a few weeks with the right treatment, but for something more severe, it could definitely stretch out for several months until the skin completely heals and the fur grows back. The main thing is following the vet's instructions perfectly and sticking with the treatment. Are you thinking about specific milestones you should look for?
Yeah. Let's say I'm living in the States and I have to go to a private vet and pay like £120 for a visit. Is there cheaper alternatives like the RSPCA, that could actually come to the house so I don't have to travel because I'm disabled? Would they be able to come, assess the dog, take the dog away, treat the dog and bring the dog back? Does that service exist? And if it does, then there's no excuse for the dog owner, if you know what I mean.
I understand you're looking for options, especially with the cost and travel difficulties. Organisations like the RSPCA might have lower cost or subsidised treatment programs, sometimes depending on where you live and your income level. Getting them to come to your house, pick up the dog, treat them and bring them back is less common, but they might have patient transport services or other support options available. Your best bet is to call your local RSPCA branch or animal shelter and explain your situation, including that you're disabled, and see what kind of help they can offer. Does that sound like a good plan?
And would they know about like charities that would transport your dog for free or the cost of fuel cheaper than a taxi sort of thing? Because there's a lot of people that empathise about dogs and they will do charity work like that for the RSPCA, won't they?
Exactly. There are quite a few people who volunteer their time to help with animal transport, and some charities work with volunteers who use their own cars to help pets get to vet appointments. The RSPCA might be able to tell you about specific volunteer services in your area or point you toward other local charities that do that kind of work. You could also check online for volunteer pet transport in Derbyshire. Does that sound like a good next step?
Yeah, this guy, he lives in Sunderland, so it'd be the same thing as, you know. And is it true that in the RSPCA, the actual vets, is it by law or whatever, are they fully registered vets, fully qualified?
Yes, all vets working for the RSPCA or any practice are legally required to be fully qualified and registered with the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons here in the UK. That ensures they meet the strict standards for animal care. So yeah, they definitely train.
So if somebody comes up with an excuse like Gamer and says, "I'm not going to take it to the RSPCA. They're amateurs. They don't know what they're fucking doing," would you think that guy's deluded then, or is it like a lazy excuse not to try and get help from the RSPCA?
Well, it might be a combination of things. Maybe they've had a bad experience or heard stories, so they genuinely believe they're not getting good care, even though that's not true. But it could also be, like you said, a bit of a convenience excuse so they don't have to do anything or face the situation. It can be frustrating when someone dismisses a valid option with an excuse.
Here's another question. Is the RSPCA voluntary funded, or did the government actually pay them for the basics, running costs? Then obviously they need donations and volunteers.
Yeah, the RSPCA relies almost entirely on voluntary donations and fundraising to keep running. They don't get regular government funding for their day-to-day costs, though they might receive specific grants for certain projects or situations. So your friends' donations and volunteering are key to their survival. Are you wondering about other ways they raise
Here's
money?
another question then. So these vets that work for the RSPCA, they don't get paid a wage. So in effect, they're using the skills to volunteer. They work in like private vet surgeries. They're actually earning the money there. Then they have a day off or 2 days off. Then they work for the RSPCA. Is that how it works?
Actually, many vets working for the RSPCA are paid professionals, just like they would be in a private practice. They're trained vets who've chosen to put their skills towards working for the charity. While some might volunteer, many are employed by the RSPCA itself. Is there another aspect of how those vets work you're curious about?
No, because you get doctors that do locum work. They're a locum, and they'll actually work at another surgery because the other surgery might be busy, and like a locum. I thought that vets did that sort of work. So yeah, maybe they do then. So that the private, then they work for a couple of days with the RSPCA like a locum doctor, but still get paid for it.
Yes, that makes sense. Vets can definitely work as locums, just like doctors, covering shifts at different practices, including the RSPCA, without being on the permanent staff. They're still qualified vets who get paid for their services. Does that match what you were thinking about how they might work?
Yeah, because I'm thinking out of the box using something called logic. Let me get back to this. I'll pause you there. Anyway, this is Agent X. Let's have a look what she's done about. I love her to bits, but when she gets on this narrative, she just... I need to bang her head against something sensible, like a pizza or something.
Yeah. But it couldn't even lift its head up. It was bad, really bad.
Whose dog was that?
I witnessed it.
Do you know Gamer? RA9 Gamer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I've known that dog, since it was a pup.
Yeah, we've all known the dog from a pup. It's about 4 years. Look, that is not natural markings. That is that mange thing.
I've watched it grown up. It was unrecognisable.
Yeah.
It couldn't even lift its head up, bless him.
Now this is the video that he showed us. That's what I said. The mange has definitely been treated, but I think he's definitely still ill. This is what I witnessed, and I watched the picture that everybody's seen is like 5-6 weeks ago when he took the dog to the vet. So you got to give him credit for that. But for a 4-year-old dog, it looks miserable as fuck, in my opinion. And I grew up with German Shepherds.
Well, it looks better than it does in that picture. How long ago was that picture?
The first time I took him to the vets, that's when I got bad. So
this is when I was on Society X's then. So this is a clip from a few things. Oh, cause I need this fucking thing on my phone so I can record shit.
Like, when was it? You're talking a good 4 months ago or something,
Yeah.
4 or 5 months ago. I'm not sure. I'm not sure something needed. I'm not going to lie, this has got to stress the fuck,
So you can imagine a dog, that's left untreated for a year with mange and what the state he was in.
Right.
I didn't even recognise him.
This and that. At least they know people's coming from company and they come and tap me dog.
Yeah, guess where?
Hey! Big up Shady. That's me. Hey, she loves me.
Where I am, Gamer.
Where are you? Where am I?
On my way to yours, dickhead. What did I promise you last night? You carry on speaking to me like that, and me and my brothers are on our way round. Where you little cunt?
It's a dangerous game to be playing online. Is that to be? That is dangerous. It's ridiculous, Gamer, isn't it?
No, but it's just got me on edge a bit. I can't help it. But at the end of the day, he wants to.
Is that Agent X? Might be. I didn't know she wore ponytails.
And he dog off me.
Job done. But I need to know the date. Look, at the end of the day, this is how I look at it. As long as he gets that dog done, doesn't matter how it's fucking done, it's done. Okay, if that dog dies, he'll be going, no, and everybody's fucking told him. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's fucking, this is road over my route. I like this. This is a moon over Miami. He likes finding tarantulas and shit. Oh, yeah. Do you know John Travolta was a fucking gay? Bisexual, if you like. Yeah, like illegal secrets. What? Loopholes. Oh, loopholes to get as well as that. Oh, yeah, I need to get some stuff for fucking free. I met Barbara Windsor in the middle. And she, before plastic surgery, and she went into EastEnders. I'm just scrolling down the list and fucking who's this bastard crying about? Oh, Matt Armstrong. Everybody's taking the piss out of Matt Armstrong. That's how we fucking do. What the fuck is this shit? Oh, is that Say Tamu? A warm-up. Oh, look. 20 actors died on set. No fucking way. That was a day. Oh, no.
Life and death are things no one can predict, and sometimes death comes so suddenly that...
This was Tommy Cooper, and he was on stage and he had a heart attack. True story.
No one sees it coming. Hollywood, with all its glitz and glamour, is not immune to heartbreaking tragedies. Some stars have passed away right on live television in front of more than 12 million viewers, while others lost their lives along with 2 child actors in a haunting scene. And there are even those who died under bizarre circumstances that remain unexplained, as if pulled into...
Yeah, whatever. I used to know him. He is a really good actor.
...calling his name over and over. But Tyrone never opened his eyes again. That scene haunts us for life. The shocking suddenness of his death sent shockwaves across Europe. Le Figaro headlined Power dies as he wished, for the bitter truth was that just months earlier in an interview with the New York Times, Tyrone Power had said, "If I am to die, I want to go on a film set under the lights and cameras." No one imagined that prophecy would be fulfilled so cruelly. His family was devastated. His wife, Debbie Menardos, pregnant at the time, received the news that night. She cried out, "He never even got to see our child's face."
So he was on set and died. He just closed his eyes and died. Yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, look. This is a famous one. Who's this geezer?
The world even more.
We think that he's dead, but the guy shot a blank gun at him. How could he be dead? He's dying. He's severely hurt.
But let me tell you about a blank gun. A blank gun can actually kill you. It is put to the head. All it is a blank gun. In them days, it's a real bullet. They just haven't got the lead in it, so it's called a blank. Makes the same sound, slightly different because it hasn't got the bullet in. But if you put that head, that gun with a blank in it, the power that comes out of that gun can fucking kill you.
4. Brandon Lee. The cursed bullet in The Crow and the so-called Lee family curse. In 1993, Brandon Lee, only son of martial arts legend Bruce Lee, rose to stardom with his leading role in The Crow. The American press hailed him as the brilliant heir to his father's legacy. But fate turned what should have been his breakout role into his final farewell. In one scene, Brandon's character was shot with a prop gun. When the gun went off, Brandon fell. At first, the crew waited, thinking...
You see, a prop gun is a real gun for authentication. They actually use the real guns in other scenes where they're shooting stuff with it. And then what you do, you got the people that, the gun owners, guns, people that run gun shops, go on the scene, and it's their job to make sure that gun is safe. And apparently, allegedly, there was still a bullet left in the barrel. So they put a blank in, and that blank then projected the bullet. That's what I've heard. Or the blank could have killed him anyway.
Thinking it was a perfectly executed stunt. Some even clapped, believing he had just created a legendary take. But moments later, horror set in. Brandon lay motionless, blood seeping through his costume. Chaos erupted. He was rushed to New Hanover Regional Medical Center in North Carolina, where doctors fought for 6 hours to save him. But Brandon Lee took his last breath at just 28, right as his career was taking flight.
28.
Eerily, in the original script of The Crow, the protagonist also died from a gunshot. When the film was released, audiences shivered at how the scene mirrored his real death so hauntingly. Immediately, the media spun stories of the Lee family curse. Exactly 20 years earlier, Bruce Lee had also died suddenly at 32 while filming Game of Death. Ironically, that film contained a scene where a character is shot on set. Whispers spread that the Lee family was doomed by a mysterious, unseen Andy's last words in a phone call to his children in the U.S., just hours before he drew his final breath far from home. In 1994, while filming Wagons East in Durango, Mexico, Hollywood's gentle giant collapsed, unexpectedly shocking the world. That day, Candy finished a scene looking exhausted, then quietly returned to his room. He picked up the phone, hiding his weariness in his voice to comfort his 2 young children. Tragically, those tender fatherly words became his farewell. Hollywood's infamous time, a sitcom icon collapsing right on Hollywood's infamous
He was the guy, can't remember his name. I know the guy, Elvis and Castle, Women in Love. I remember his name once, I get told it.
drunk for his ability to consume hundreds of pints of beer in a day. But that lifestyle led him to a bitter end, just as his career was sparking back to life. In May 1999, during the filming of Gladiator in Malta, Reed invited a group of Navy sailors to an all-night drinking session. He downed beer, moved to rum, then whiskey cocktails. Witnesses said he sang soldiers' songs loudly, while arm-wrestling the young sailors the Valletta pub, roaring with laughter as if he were an immortal warrior. But Reed had a history of heart disease, and the mix of heavy alcohol and prescription drugs pushed his body past the limit. Amid the noise, his face suddenly paled, his hand shook while holding a glass. A sailor told BBC News he still smiled, but his eyes looked as if he knew he wouldn't survive. Moments later, Reed collapsed, gasping for breath, and the pub fell into chaos. His death left director Ridley Scott and Universal in a dilemma. Proximo was a key role, and the crew had to spend millions to digitally resurrect him using CGI, an audacious move for the late 1990s. Tragically, just months later, Gladiator won the Oscar for Best Picture, cementing itself as a classic. The Guardian asked bitterly, if Oliver Reed hadn't died, would Gladiator still be a masterpiece?
True.
The world had barely processed Reed's chapter. 8. John Ritter. A rare condition struck him down before the cameras of 8 Simple Rules. Breaking news. John Ritter. This was the blow that took away America's biggest smile. Network Coda had a history of heart problems, and the exhausting filming schedule pushed his body beyond its limit. Other sources suggested he might have taken a high dose of sleeping pills to rest after long, stressful days, which led to a stroke in the night. While the official results were never made entirely clear, the public treated it as the mysterious death of a legend. The tragic news, smile and say, I have to do this, I don't have a choice.
Oh, that's, what's his name in it? I can't remember who it is.
The sudden death devastated his family. His daughter, Debraca Fox, choked back tears in a CBS press conference. I cannot forgive myself. His TV channels conducted a public study on the psychological impact of live broadcast deaths, especially on children and seniors. The Times reported that stricter regulations were adopted afterwards. But before the grief could settle just a year later, America faced another shocking loss. 13. Heath Ledger, The Joker's Diary and his haunting spark. With the crew, this is just a lie, told The Guardian, placing children in
I'm only playing this because it's got Jason Statham on it.
uttered at the price paid Scholl's life. It was confirmed he had suffered a fatal heart attack. Few knew he had been back.
Oh, he was the vampire. You don't remember this shit, but he was the vampire. I got bored of that shit already. Jason Statham, you fucking wankers. Hold on. Saturday pub with gas. Well, I'm going to join this geezer. Oh, yeah, I could join. I don't know if I subscribe. There's a bit I've subscribed. Fuck you lot. Hey, Medical Wiz doing some shit. What happened to Good News? Chubby Ray 9 days ago. Bosch Beer. Oh, he's live. Man versus Beer. I'm going to do. I've got £35, £36 bill in my whole of my tenner account. Who are these people? Bonnie and Clyde. 21 Facts Band. Uncle Bob, the movie. Oh, yeah. Hello. No, she died now. She was that beautiful one in 89 and then she died. Ever died? Gypsy Dave's on. I bet he's chatting shit about somebody. I couldn't Traveller Dave. Oh, who's this one? UK Justice. When UK cops realise camera proves they arrested the wrong guy. Let's have a look.
Why? What have you got to hide?
Because I've got a disability.
Oh, no. I've already. Oh, no, I haven't. I'm subscribing to this motherfucker. There we go. That's what I'm always up to.
Are you discriminating? No, using disability.
Oh, I do have a disability, actually.
Okay.
I've got disability. I'm going to use the fucker as well.
Hi everyone, so today we are in a place called Devizes, which I've already heard of.
You've been to Trowbridge already, so let's
Great.
not mess about, okay? Like I said, I've let you do that. If you see there is a sign outside that says...
It's not about letting. You've not let me.
Okay, then stop. Stop filming now. I can see you're filming me now.
What happens in Trowbridge?
I can see that you're filming me now.
You can wag
Put
your
the camera
finger
down,
as much as you like.
Put the camera down, leave the premises, or G4S will...
Oh, let me put this in the chat. I just subscribed. This guy's awesome. I say fire bits out of metal and blood. Yeah, there's something like that on that. Yeah, there was. It's a fucking travesty, really. I just subscribed. This is a geezer anyway. I just subscribed.
We'll be in contact with the police.
I don't care.
Yeah, neither do I.
Mate, you're like
Get
3
off.
foot. You don't care. You
Oh,
don't
so now
bother
you're
me.
making insulting. No,
Well,
no, you're making personal insulting.
You're getting in my face.
I'm asking you to leave the premises. Leave the premises,
I
please.
don't have to.
Asking you to leave the premises. Leave the premises, please.
And actually, there's some public
Call the
leaflets.
police, please.
There's some public leaflets.
That's right. We'll call the police. Get the police to come here.
Yeah, if there's public, this is a good thing. If there's public leaflets there, then it's public. And I've noticed as well, you see, they have different flooring. So you see the flooring there, that's for the public. Once it goes carpeted, you have to have permission to go on there. There you go.
We start with something that should be completely mundane. A bloke in a job centre foyer, looking at public boards and leaflets. No swearing, no shouting, just filming what any member of the public can see, and then watch how fast it turns. The guard doesn't hang back, doesn't observe, doesn't call a supervisor. She marches straight into his space, starts issuing orders, and within seconds, we've gone from quiet foyer to full-blown confrontation. This is how you turn a non-issue into a police matter in under 3 minutes.
Public computers.
This is the waiting public area, right?
We can all raise our voice. Should we all raise our voice?
Go on then.
Yeah,
Go on
come on then.
Go on then.
It doesn't
Off you
intimidate
go.
me.
You
Does
don't
it
intimidate me. You don't intimidate
so
me.
raising our voice
You
is
don't
pointless.
intimidate me.
Let's keep
Off
our
you
voice
go.
low.
She's recording, look. I bet she didn't say anything.
To access those public leaflets, which are there for the public, and she got right in my face.
You're not allowed to film any of
I
that
am allowed
stuff.
to.
No, you're not.
It's you don't want me to.
No, you're
but
not
this
allowed.
is, as she said,
You are not
this is
allowed.
the public area,
Which
so
you
I'm
can
allowed
film.
to film.
And the law states you can film in public. Now, if you have a building and make it a public place for someone to go into, it's still a public place inside a building. That's the law.
In the public
You can
area.
film these, but you're not allowed to
Which
film
he
any
has
members of
done.
staff.
Yep.
You're not allowed to film any members of the public.
I am allowed. You
You're
don't
not allowed.
want me to. It's your policy.
No, it's not our policy.
It is your policy. It's not the law. It's the policy.
Right, you need to
You're
leave.
confusing law with policy.
Because you're so knowledgeable of law, aren't you?
Oh,
You think
yes,
you know
I
it
am,
all,
yeah.
don't you?
Oh, yeah,
You
I
think
know
you
it
know
all.
it all, don't you?
Yeah, I know it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
I
about
know
you
it
take your
all.
glasses off
Yeah,
and
I
let's
know
have a view of your face. Take it off.
There you
Take this
go.
off as well. Why you
Do you
come
wanna
in
see
so
my face?
inconspicuous? Take the mask and that off as well.
I
Come
don't
on.
have to take a mask off
Why? What have you got to hide?
Right,
because I've got a
What have you got to hide?
disability.
What
Are
have
you
got to
are you
hide?
discriminating?
No, using disability.
Oh, I do have a
Okay.
disability
Okay.
actually.
I think she's getting schooled. I like this guy.
Had to use it in your everyday vocabulary. I'm not using it in a threatening
So
or
if we
abusive
used
manner.
it would be fine,
Using
would
it
it?
against a member
As
of
soon
staff.
as you're allowed to use it in,
Yes,
everyday vocabulary.
It's fine. It's fine as long as it doesn't breach your employment contract.
Doesn't breach employment
I don't
contract.
care.
What do
You can
know
swear
about
at
my
me.
employment contract?
I don't.
You don't.
I tell you now, you're a security guard. I guarantee it's in your employment contract to be civil to the people, you know, the customers, whatever. And to be civil means no swearing. So this guy's right.
I could probably
You
get a
don't.
copy of it.
No, you
Someone leaked me this from G4S.
Leak it. Leak away. Leak away. You're so full of
This
knowledge.
is your training.
Leak away.
This is her
Oh, is
training.
it? And you know, and you think that
You
that's
need
up
to
to date
leave
training, do
the
you?
premises.
It's actually not. No.
Well then.
But you're going to
So
leak.
how do you know that
do you
training's
want to
not
leak me the new one?
How do you know that it's not changed then?
Do you want to leak me the new
Well,
one?
You're all
She moves from policy to personal insults, questioning his disability, mocking his mask, then trying to control what he wears and how he looks. At that point, professionalism has already left the building. The practical fix isn't complicated. Stick to conduct, not character. Once a staff member starts fighting for pride instead of process, they usually drag everyone,
In trespassing,
The popos. Oh, yeah, the popos are trespassing. Let's see how this goes.
he's filming on the premises.
Why
He's
am I
not allowed
filming?
to. And those refusing to leave.
Guys, 2 colleagues are out. If I can come and chat with you guys.
Yeah.
Good chat with my colleagues, all right?
He needs
I
to
don't
start
have to talk to
filming
anyone.
all the staff. So if someone can stand in front, he's not filming staff.
Mate, honestly, just take her away before she embarrasses
Oh,
herself any further.
Keep going.
She's very aggressive.
Keep going.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah,
You
I'm good,
okay?
thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
Good.
That's what they do. They bring the female officers in with a bloke, just to fucking disarm the situation. And then they think that a female officer, because they flirt with you, you're going to give them information that gets you arrested.
Good. My name's Peter Williams. Peter Clark.
Did you walk here?
Did we walk it
From the station?
We didn't walk. But
Oh.
my
Jesus,
colleagues.
how many people? What did they tell you? Did they tell you there's a man sitting on a sofa refusing to leave?
Well, what's going on today then?
I've come to the job centre to look at the leaflets.
Yeah. Did you get the leaflets?
No, she won't let me.
Who the
She's terrible, honestly.
5. Okay, no.
And then she's tried to provoke loads of situations. She got her breasts, she got right up to me, so I had to use my body, and I did, I think, push her away a little bit.
This is where it gets frankly absurd. A pointing gesture is suddenly recast as a gun sign, as if a hand with a thumb is some kind of threat. This is the sort of overinterpretation that makes viewers lose faith. When every neutral movement is recast as dangerous, words like threat and assault lose all meaning. The grown-up approach here would have been to step back, log the incident, and let the footage speak, rather than inflating every gesture into a crime. And yet, this is the story the police walk into. What happens next is exactly what worries most of you. An officer walks in, ignores the camera that could settle it in minutes, and reaches straight for the cuffs over a disputed story and a name.
And she's going, oh, you made first contact, that's assault. It's like something out of a playground. And then I pointed like this, and she went, oh, that's a gun symbol. Why are you doing a gun symbol? Oh, you've got to be careful if you're doing a gun symbol. She's trying to twist everything.
Exactly.
And all I'm...
Exactly. I'm getting fucking pissed. I'm not pissed. I'm getting fucking tired. I'm getting really fucking tired. Yeah, I've subscribed to it. I put his link in the chat.
doing is I'm sitting here. I told her, left alone, to look at the leaflets and rest my knee. That's it.
Identity, and that's where this goes sideways.
And deal with it at a later date, which in my head I was thinking won't go anywhere anyway. This is one of those situations where I really do have to give my details. I know some people think that I should never give my details, but it was a difficult position to be in, and I appreciate some people will be upset about it. Now, I don't actually even get the opportunity to give my details. As you'll see in a second, the officer had no patience to let me finish my sentence and immediately just went to arrest. And I do get a little bit upset. It felt a bit unfair to me at the time. And yeah, maybe I didn't deal with it in the best way.
The footage is here.
What we're trying to facilitate is whether or not we do an invite interview for yourself or whether we lead to your arrest. So the necessity we would have to arrest you is if you fail to provide your details. So it's up to you.
What law?
Provide your details
What
now.
law are you using? If you can tell me a law which says I have to give you my details.
So
now, what they used to do was it Section 53, whatever, under the Terrorism Act. Yeah, they arrest you under the Terrorism Act, and what happened is you get this, all the charges that they put on you, they'll be thrown out of court under the Terrorism Act because you didn't give your name and address. That's a separate criminal offence. So let's see what law they was using.
necessity Code G of PACE dictates that if you fail to provide your details, name, date of birth, etc., then necessity is quite clear as fair for your arrest because we've had the letter report of assault. So
Have you investigated this? What?
Well,
So
if
your
we have
arrest
your
would be
details,
part of
we
it.
can invite you in for an interview.
So
Well,
are you gonna answer
I'm
the
not going.
questions now, sir?
I'm not going anywhere. So
Okay.
What?
Our time is
No,
16:08 hours.
hang on. You didn't let me finish. Hang on. You didn't let me finish. What I was going to say is I'm not going anywhere.
Come on, let's go.
Okay, fine. Absolutely fine. And what's your shoulder number? 382W. And what's your name? Actually, I have to write your name.
Actually, the police officer has to give him the name.
My shoulder number 382.
So before you get in the vehicle, you'll be searched. And section 32 of the place. So at this time, because you're under arrest, can't have anything on your person.
Can I just turn this off so it doesn't break?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay, guys, so I suppose I should tell you what happened after this. So the local sergeant turned up.
Here's the crux. The officer leans on necessity under PACE. No name, no voluntary interview, therefore arrest. Legally, they can generally arrest to ascertain identity where it's genuinely needed to investigate a specific offence. But look at the timing. The auditor is trying to answer, trying to explain he's not going anywhere. And before the sentence is finished, the cuffs are on. That's not careful use of power. That's impatience dressed up as necessity. The smarter move would have been to exhaust the peaceful options first.
Sergeant 2823, and he was who has reviewed my footage, and he agrees that no assault has taken place, and therefore I must be de-arrested and driven back. So I asked for my property back, and I started to record, which is the first. Just be glad you don't work with her, I suppose. Anyway, on with the footage.
Absolutely justified. Without that SD card, this could easily have gone the other way.
Okay. Hi everyone, so we are in the back of the car with this man, whose name I've forgotten, and this lady. Got no issues with the lady, she has been very good. And my detention was not authorised. 50 to 100,000.
Yeah, that's fine.
There
I'm
must-
trying to get hold of my sergeant on the radio, but
There must be something to eat around here.
yeah, the few Chinese takeaways on this road.
See, they should have been nice the first time. Bastards. 68k views. This is a month ago. Even if, I don't know, let me read the comments. Even if I was a lesbian, I'd pass up that one. I'm sorry, but the God made this personal. Yeah, they do. What an arrogant, disgusting person as God should have been sight. And I'm bored now. I'm literally, I think it's illness and shit. Hey, Keith. Shut up, Shady. I'm fucking hell. Who else can tap? I mean, who else can look on medical Weasel? I know that. See what he's fucking changed shit about. Oh, he was on anyway. So yeah, I proved to agent that depression is real. Do you know what I mean? And what happened to me wasn't technically self-induced. Where is fucking medical? I've lost him already. He was on earlier on. Oh, fuck it, can't be arsed. If I don't find him, there's a fucking reason. Anyway, I'm gonna bid you a joke. It's 3.5 hours. I've got, it's 11 o'clock. That's fucking cool for me. I'm gonna get up in the morning. So I'm gonna let you go. Take care, everybody. Hope you found it interesting. If you didn't, I don't give a fucking shit. It was interesting to me. I'm just going to review this tomorrow and see what copyrights I've fucking got. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.